doesn't even matter as he will go down. Kiyotaka picks it up.
What
I don't
a
know.
goal by Hellraisers. I am impressed of what they did. They don't have the meta. They don't have the black hole. They go in meta. Of course, it did come off cooldown. But the way that they baited Na'Vi into that one, into a 4 versus 5 fight where Na'Vi, they cannot go for the jump that they want to. This is just showing that Navi's lineup, if they're not getting that initial jump, if they don't get on top of a hero and just crush him, their lineup does not work. So they have to be finding those. And the second that Yersa, you know, is caught in a position where he cannot escape, he has to run in and fight, get kited. That is when you have won the fight. In Hellraisers, they just set it up perfectly, and guess who set it up? It was Kiyotaka going in, out, in and out. Na'Vi, they're not sure if they can escape, and then after the glimpse comes out, Na'Vi, they start going on in, all in. That was a 5-man wipe. Enchantress was dead, but she did come back to life, TP'd in, and still went down again.
Yeah, I do like the early Sunder coming out from Ramses there onto the Ursa as well. Just every little bit of damage you can get off, and you know, Ursa with that enrage, it doesn't matter when that Sunder comes out. So you know, just being able to stack it up, and then he, like you say, he was trapped in. He was being forced to engage on Ramses with the well, it was a Chrysalis at the time. You know, just being able to right click him down, doing a hell of a lot of damage, and we'll see, you know, if Hellraisers, if they're going to be able to do anything from this, because it was a fight on their side of the map, so it doesn't open up too many objectives here for them, but it's still a great fight. Swings that net worth closing back into their favor, and it just shows that Na'Vi, they aren't invincible in this game.
They got way too many big items. Aghanims on the Storm Spirit, the Lincoln Sphere on the Enigma, and the Daedalus on the Terrorblade. So if you black hole the Pango, the Terrorblade will rip him apart, and that is one way to win a fight. The Rubik cannot steal your black hole, and there's nothing else, right? Also, Terrorblade dealing so much damage, he can run in and he can smack down the Ursa, forcing the enrage immediately. Shigetsu is not going to be this frontliner that just stand his ground, and then if the Centaur finds the good engagement, he blows someone up, because he's really going to be taking some huge damage from the Terrorblade.
Yeah, the Ursa is going to be going towards a Daedalus of his own. He's going to be about 400 gold away from completing that if they want to go towards that. Meljul was that Abyssal Blade now as well. In fact, he's going to be going back towards the Octarine before the Abyssal, which I think he did that in the last game as well.
Yep. He wants to be able to use the Swashbuckle more regularly, so if he makes a mistake that and uses it a little bit earlier, that he can still cancel the call.
Yeah, it's going to be a big wraparound here from Na'Vi. The smoke comes out from Hellraisers here as well. Malik, he's the furthest one from the rest of his team. Trying to do what he can to put the pressure on, but with the creep skipping out from the Terrorblade and these illusions, this mid lane will continue to push in, even being a lane of racks down here. On the side of Hellraisers, it will still be going in their favor.
This is the thing that Hellraisers want to do for the entirety of the game, but when the timing came for them to split push with the Terrorblade illusions, at that point Na'Vi started getting a huge amount of kills, and it was stopped in its tracks. So Hellraisers finally getting to do what their lineup was built to, put out the waves without any commit, and make sure that Na'Vi cannot find the right fight.
Yeah, I do like that the Centaur's going for this Halbers. You know, even if Ramses is able to get off that Sunder, it will stop him from being able to do so much damage, and we'll see. I mean, the Centaur, he wants to be right in the front lines anyway, so the jump now as well. Maldi though, there's really takes back into the stand, so they catch ready. They blow up to the burns. It really black hole now. What did she get? Can he survive? He absolutely cannot. Trying to do his best before he does go down. The BKB is going to be there as well, but eventually he will go down, and Ramses picks up that kill. The buybacks from absolutely everybody here on the side of Na'Vi. They actually can counter Ramses. Ramses now leads it around. And it's going to be the Sunder through, but the Tennyson trying to get these kills off. They get the bash onto Ramses now as well. And Ramses is going to get low, but do they get the kill here? It's going to be a little soft. Shigetsu do get a kill onto Ramses. Ramses still has that buyback. He's going right back into this. And he's trying to get himself away from this one. Double edge coming through from Malik and Antares. He will eventually go down here. But he forced out, what was that, 3-4 buybacks from the side of Hellraisers. That was a great fight for them.
That was 4 buybacks, but Hellraisers, they did use well, considering the Roche will go the way of Na'Vi. I'm not sure that you're too happy with it, or will it? This is why Hellraisers are buying heroes. They're gonna match the buybacks, just not to allow the Roche. But that means that the gold lead will not increase. And you know, that was a fight close, a close fight, but the problem is Ramses didn't buy back. He doesn't really have it, and Shigetsu did. So if a next fight goes this way, as this one started, Na'Vi are gonna lose.
Yeah. The big thing is there's no black hole to jump in now from Kyo attack. If he just starts on as well, but the ones that come through, they have the control onto Kyo attack now. Force that without Kyo attack and just retreating from the solo, going to be slowed down. And the jump from Shigetsu, he will take the solo. But that's his, I'm pretty sure that's his dieback though. Not going to be able for 66 seconds. So yeah, with this Roche being up and no black hole, Na'Vi, they want to get themselves into the pit. Even though those buybacks were forced out here, Na'Vi, they're going to be able to take the advantage against this. And picking up this rush, and she gets it with Aegis, really brought back, you know, that second line can be really important.
It makes it not all buybacks are now worth it. They are the ones in control. 30-13 kills. The goal lead nowhere to be found. It's dead even. But Na'Vi with Aegis, they are the ones controlling the range of this game, especially because they have that mid lane Rax. So they should be happy at this moment. But this is the moment where you need to not overextend. Get the tier 2, get all of the avatars, play around your vision, and force Hellraisers into them. Constantly pressure them into them and force them to come out where you'll be ready. This is what you need to do with Na'Vi.
Yeah, the Witch Bane being picked up as well. Yeah, Mero to jump. Yes, again, he has that 8 tab zone. He gets flash from Malik. He might have been way too far forward. Pops that stampede to the away, and Ramsey's that was his being used here. I don't know if they want to try and re-engage, but without getting the pick off, or at least the Aegis on Shigetsu, that's still not awful. Na'Vi, yes, they lose the Centaur, but there was a big commitment there from Hellraisers to try and get that fight and win it.
They went a little bit too far. You could have used Shigetsu. If you see the Hellraisers are defending it with the meta, you will the reset. So that Centaur dying, it does give an opening to Hellraisers.
What up? Solo we go down once again. Kinesis, he was actually brought closer to get this one. As do they get a chance Malady? They do, and it tells Kinesis maybe a mistake. Black hole to get the control, and that was the BKB Natus now as well. Have that damage, he should be able to take down. She gets to hopefully be able to get himself away from this one. And at least A.K.A gets himself out of the way. But yeah, a bit of a mistake there. The telekinesis came up from the Rubik, rocked Solo closer to Malik, so he wasn't able to get that quick kill and then get him out. And yeah, Hellraisers, that was a really good fight for them. And all of a sudden, with all these buybacks being used, and I mean, it's 100 without an Ursa, Ramsey got to march up this midnight.
They rushed. One thing they needed to not do was rush, and they did. Yeah. I mean, it's fair. Hellraisers, they gave them the victory in the so now they're gonna give it back and then we go fair and square, play game number 3. But yeah, it's very weird that they stay there with 4 heroes against the Storm Spirit, who went back to the base, and then he can just go for engagements any way he likes. He has an Aghanim Scepter at the site, and you can see how before he dies, he places an ulti at the middle of everything, and Storm just pulls everyone in.
Yeah, and yeah, he's done that 2 or 3 times. You know, the synergy coming in with he's started to storm the Aghanim back on the board. Now Ramsey's carry on going here because there is going to be 4 heroes up from the side of Na'Vi fairly soon. And but in their favor here, is it going to be another lane of Rax? Hellraisers want to take on the top lane.
There's no reason not to. Ursa is in 50 seconds. Without the Ursa, Na'Vi cannot. This is pretty much their only burst damage, their only way to jump on someone and kill them. And if Hellraisers just keep in front, he's gonna die.
Yeah, and look at this pushing. He's got the Sunder back up now. That's his BKB. And like you say, yeah, now Maldy's going to be coming in, but there was the solo and on the side lanes. Though he's going to be doing some damage with Glimpse with solo another block. Stampede 2 solo, he might go down here. Drops that stacking stone, just trying to save his own life. Kinesis will be roll through, come through. Ramses gets pretty low. The lowest will be there. And now Ursa is still the drive, the Jamaican attack on the map left. And get Panglia with a drive back on the bottom as well. He might even get Malky off this as well. Malky, oh, he pops up. Gets onto the tech. It's pretty darn low. Trying to go TP out. He gets himself out. He does. Now Miro is going to go L. Will to get himself out as well. Andress will pay with his life.
Melody. He had the swashbuckle there. It was so close to him getting it off. You killed the Terrorblade at that moment, and it's a disaster for Hellraisers. You could see from the talent the Terrorblade got, he went for the Metamorphosis duration that they wanted to go for the push. But even with that increased duration, he's gonna have it to cool down off for a minute, and that is the timing that Na'Vi are not gonna want to use.
In this game, it's pretty much snakes ladders, swings and roundabouts. You know, it's just up and down, back and forth. And yeah, if they got that kill onto Ramses, it would have been Hellraisers back in hot water here. And we'll see what they can do. I mean, it's only Antares down. The top Hellraisers looks to maybe just trying to put down and again. They have lost a second set of racks, so maybe not trying to get on the south now. As you can see the Kaka just taking a, you know, we see him there on the camera, but he might just be having a mental break here on the Storm Spirit.
He's so focused that he's not working. You know, in anime and the cartoons, not moving anything else other than the parts of the body that he needs, so that he's not wasting extra energy. That is what Kiyotaka is doing. So his fingers are moving because he's using all of those. There, that's just how good he is.
Yeah, he can actually target. But see the difference coming up between the two.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Still here though, the Hex coming up with the Storm Spirit. A lot more utility in the second game with this arc, with the it is inside of Hellraiser.
That one. If his hero was he's like, keep breathing. What the hell is happening? Okay, he did make a notes. Is it the picture? It's not a picture. He's blinking. I saw him. It's just beautiful, the focus that he's liking Navi now though. It did take the team. That was a smart choice. Do not rush it. It doesn't matter that the enemies are missing the hero. Take the last tower. Prepare for the next stroke. Currently, it's about farming your buybacks, getting to that point where even if you lose a fight, the game.
Yeah, you can see a cute target with the gem. You know, he's trying to get out, trying to find any take-awards on these cliffs. They're going to be spotting through. But there isn't going to be anywhere. I think if there was Kiyotaka here, he would have already been dead. So
scanning.
We'll see what he's trying to do on these pipelines. Maybe trying to sweep with the runners through into the lane. But Kiyotaka for now, just playing, it has to be really careful because they might swashbuckle. It's going to be a little choice. He's going to have the time to do as well. Kiyotaka, he's going to bash. The storm comes away.
Every single time we said he's baiting, he just died so easily. They even gave a gem. That's not something you want to do. The rest of the Hellraisers were smoked and they were going towards that one. But yeah, you stay there for long. At some point, you can get found.
And just the Hellraisers, that's a really, I mean, he does have the buyback, but it's just one of those kills you don't really need to give up like that.
We're seeing the Tower so happy. He's like, what the hell? What the hell? And Hellraiser. No, these kind of plays, they usually worked out for them because they would outplay opponents. But Navi, they came in a different light. That they are not getting outplayed whatsoever. Every little inch that you give them, they're gonna take it.
Yeah, it's gonna be at least 20 seconds away.
There you go.
For the next 40 as well. He does have that buyback. See what Malin she just takes the Terrorblade illusions. All this lane on the bottom lane right back out.
And also, the center won't be needing to use the aggressive stampede if he wants the instant stun because he's going for the arcane blink. Of course, he's gonna need a bit more gold to have both that and buyback, but you know, at some point it will come up. He's preparing for that moment for sure. And once he gets level 25, and that's now definitely close to him being almost level 24, it is gonna change the flow of the game. It's gonna be even easier for Navi to go for that initial jump and burst on a hero.
Yeah, and he's gonna have the static scrap that works. That static resistance that comes in because he's going to be the first one jumping in. So, sorry if you can see, it's going to be a long rush out here. Do get the kill they do. Daniel's going to be the one that cleans that one up. She gets to maybe walking away. The cool guys don't look at kills. Just leaving solo a little bit earlier.
He doesn't need to buy back for sure. The approach is spawning just yet. Hellraisers don't necessarily know this, and they have no vision around the pit. So I guess you take a risk. If they're just gonna find out they're extremely lucky.
Yeah. Double catapult wave on bottom lane though does take down that tier 2, so even when they lose a hero, you know, Hellraisers, even without making the effort, do get something out of this. And so it's gonna be maybe, obviously, he's not going that buyback comes out. I mean, it's going to be up in 5 seconds anyway, so we'll see. If they're going to try and force it, can he do the damage? A couple of big ones. Anybody that matters. Vortex comes through, they might have to turn this fight around. Malik trying to get his face, you get to though. Anthony is going to be in a little bit of trouble. They get bash onto Ramses. The buyback comes out from Malik, and Ramses is he going to give himself away to this one? If Malady is going to be the rolling thunder too, but he gets caught on cliffs. There's clear illusions. The buybacks come through both sides here.
Use the swashbuckle onto the creep wave there. That's why the black hole lasted for so long. But in the end, though, only the centaur dies. Still, it is one by each, and those are going to be key heroes. Hunteress might be a support, but he's level 25
Radiant's
guy. He hurts. He's the one doing the damage. He's the one killing people. And if he's out of the picture, Hellraiser's damage, it's pretty much cut in half.
Yeah, and that is a... the ball is down for the next 69 seconds, Roche 37, and there's no refresher. It's not close with Enigma just yet here. He's got the gold. I think he's rushing towards it. Yeah, he's being farmed this by the Terrorblade as well. Everyone's pushing in. Mero, he needs to get towards that refresher. There's Rocha 3 seconds away, and in fact, Navi, they might just be pulled to the bottom side of the map because Hellraisers, they want to be putting pressure onto that tier 3, the final set of racks.
The activation delay on proximity mines when he takes that is 0.2 seconds. So you have absolutely no chances unless the Earth is clicking on the ground with overpower to do anything about it. Speaking of which, within that 25 9-hour charges are up.
He gets seen by the curve. There's no wall with entries, but he's seen by the courier shot flying over the breeze. And then yeah, Daniel was close to take the vision off, and they get the kill. Now Navi making a beeline for the Roche pit.
That's a big one, and he's not gonna be that easily killed now. Not only we need to use stuns, but being able to use every 18 seconds is what's make a huge difference. Gets can go in, use the BKB. If he's sitting on top of the Terrorblade and bashing it, it's gonna be quite see. No, he gets the axe to the angle. I'm surprised for this one. I feel like the swashbuckle is more important than his ulti using the shield crush.
Maybe it's just I don't know.
He got an MKB. So the damage up Mango is actually dumb. What he does once he's in the rolling thunder jump around with shield crush.
Yeah, and now Navi grouping themselves up. Yeah, I suppose it makes sense. It's going to be out on every angle. You know, the two on the swashbuckle there. Well, it's very nice to be coming through rolling thunder, and like you say, the damage that he does deal. The jump, he might not be dealing with too much. Yeah, the stuff but the stuff now the pixel block comes out from, and they have the control. He's dead from that. He has that back available, but that was a massive mistake from the attacker.
So looking at this, like, why the hell are there 4 heroes in this play? What the hell is going on? Is this up on deep away, hands up in the air? Nope. No, that's not gonna be happening. Those hands get broken. No, they were in a perfect position. I mean, that was a little bit fortunate for them. They were coming over for Kiyotaka, and he just lands on them.
Yeah, and it is. The items that he's got, you know, he's got that hex coming through. He's got the ag, he's got the witchblade as well as the guy. Would you have liked to see him go towards? Because the amount of times he's jumped in and out like that, is the BKB, you know, and any of those items a better item? What's got?
Wouldn't have changed anything. Wouldn't have changed anything for him this year. Every single time he got stunned up and burst down. One thing though, Kiyotaka does level 25 and those overlord load attacks will everything is looped, so that's gonna be a lot of damage.
We've got a Wraith Pack come in here up against Ramses. The stats zone will be used to get to. Use that enrage. He's come in now as well. His illusion from Ramses, we're pushing out this top lane, so there's a bit nothing here. That tier 3 tower on the bottom lane. Heroes is doing it in on this. He has it now as well. So I'm going to be careful about the black hole, but they get the stomp onto Ramses. Starting to this Mero, the lockdown to get the kill. He's going to die. He doesn't have it back. He's 2 gold away from it, and now not. no, this top lane, it might be pushing so she gets to. Has that agent charge. She's just trying to jump away from this one. Do they want to try and go back and surely don't? Surely you just take the victory for the kill onto the Enigma. No. He gets to. Has that agent still now as well. They're going to jump in. Stone he doesn't have talent, drops the rank to level 2. Like, what's the overload talent? While this is going on, no. Navi, they're going to be looking at base. They need to defend this one. Kiyotaka. The right unmelodious Melodious is going to be the one that backs up. Goes for that TP again. The double wave doing to Navi's base. So they need to respect this and back them away.
Yeah, their tier 4 isn't going to be taking much damage. It is a decent amount, showing that if Hellraisers is going to fight heavily, definitely go for the throne, but Navi are the ones that are ahead. They finally got so what they need to do, how they need to commit. Okay, Malik is again in a bit of a more aggressive, but he has so much HP and even the Aeontis.
Yeah, and Jump could have come through the Campfield Council, but they take damage again to once. Look at it now, they pop that more cool goes through. They got 3, can do even more. I didn't want to try and bring up me. Talbot, it looks like she gets to, has to get away from this one, but the ball, damage comes through from the crash. They'll just be able to get the TP away by the time for the teammates to be able to retreat here as well. And again, they lost the bottom in a fracture on the side of Hellraisers. Tier 3 not being done. Navi, they lose that, so he's going to be dead one time. Does he have about a minute 43 on one? Is a window for Hellraisers to try and make something happen. But really, again, leave the base. It is in danger of being pushed in by this lane.
They're not going to make the same mistake. I'm like, oh, they learned, they know that they shouldn't compete with all of their heroes. They just add all of them together. You're up against the storm, a static storm, and this deck is, if you're close to each other, we saw how much damage he did there. All damage out of everybody. Antares destroyed them. So I'm very surprised Navi went for a play like that and just gave away their lead.
Yeah, and like you say, standing that Centaur, when he is looking to get touched on, and you're looking to get the Heaven Talbot out, and he's just standing there right-clicking the tower. He did try and get himself away a little bit, but once he's shown on the map, it does take away a major threat out Navi, because they jump in and get the kill here. And the Centaur, he goes down 311 and 30, and he's got 30 assists. But it's still a great jump from Hellraisers there. Not going to be able to put too much pressure on it, doesn't seem so. By the time Hellraisers do regroup to maybe look to make something happen, the Centaur should be back alive.
Obviously, they have to respect this AoE potential of Hellraisers. If you're close to each other, the techies will rip you apart. We saw that the Terrorblade did the most damage in the game in general, but he is single targets, right? When it comes to AoE, it is gonna be Antares, it is gonna be Kiyotaka, and their damage is not to be underestimated. Your supports, they die easily, and then anyone who is left at like half HP, Ramses is just gonna destroy them.
We'll see what they can do. I mean, it's all, the fight's been going on so long. Roshan is going to be back up in at least 2 minutes here. But yeah, Hellraisers, they are starting to group up again. They have the refresher on the Enigma, going towards an Aeon Disc here as well on the Enigma. And it looks like this is going to be the top lane is where they want to push in. They go for a jump. Again, the tech use mines, like you say, it's what, a 0.2 second arming time?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage to come through. They can just continue throwing these out in the fights as well.
I mean, they're going for smoke. If their smoke breaks here, they know where Kiyotaka is.
Kiyotaka, Malik, he tries to jump onto the back lines. Kiyotaka though has the time vision. He's popped out this time, no. Into so he gets popped by Danielle, so the Hex is going to be worn off straight away. Yeah, he could go for that retreat. He's patched up. Melodious coming through. Rolling.
They're here.
Sancho and actually can catch up to anybody from Black Hole. They're going to look out to that player. He gets deleted.
The buyback will come in.
They know this Black Hole catching up to everybody. They're going to be a fleeting team of Navi. The stone come through here. It doesn't matter. The damage, it's already been done. Malik goes down. Has that buyback once again if you want to. Melody going to be chased down. You'll Scepter coming through from, excuse me, the Stormcrafter here for the Tornado of the Earth. They clean up onto 3. They have all 5 heroes alive on the side of Hellraisers and Navi, with the Bango as well as the Ursa. I don't know how to defend this place.
they're gonna have their Centaur there. Oh, that was so close. If Kiyotaka gets caught, it's a problem. Also, I mean, not that it would have changed anything there just towards the end of the black hole wait, but Melchior again didn't bash the Enigma. So I think he's gonna be quite mad about it. I just hope that he's not talking about it at all times, and sometimes you can get caught up in it. And say, if I wasn't, if I was bashing him, it would have been different and affect both you and your teammates.
Yeah, there's good Rolling Thunder in. There's stun now on the way. Trying to buy some time, but the Rolling Thunder will be down. And it's only the melee racks that start between Navi and Megs with, again, 3 heroes against 5 here. Hellraisers going to be pushing their advantage. You can see that even Kiyotaka, even if he's not there, he's just trying to do it. Can he even get it up towards that arcane as well? So we'll see. Navi, it would be brilliant to be defending this, but I just do not see it happening. Malik's going to get low already. Pops up high, putting himself around the Centaur. The Stampede now is ready. Glimpse comes back onto Shigetsu. So far away. The drive back with the Vortex. Malik's going to go down, and so will Melojul, and so will the Ancient here. But Navi even going to be able to get the jump onto Ursa, and Ursa is going to be cold, and that's going to be a 1-for-1. Both teams in this hour, though, had the chances to take the game, and the Hellraisers, they just went that little bit further to close it out.
Oh, they're giving us.
Cinema time!
He has some really good counters in this game.
Whisper gonna drag the remaining creeps back to the lane proper. Bit of damage on the Celery though. Has to fairy fire the double blink strike, and Whisper with the first blood. Ooh, it starts off well.
Or are they Celery? Another blink strikes available.
Oh, you're right. Back in on top of the Rubik. Tricks of the trade and the final touch. There it is. Whisper with another kill, chaining away from Duraccio. And Whisper's the one with all the stacks on him, so Matthew will take a fair number of hits to kill him.
Yeah, he has
look like Ursa can.
7 Furious Swipe charges.
Got Quinn down in the bottom rune spot. 3 seconds to go, and C-Smile deciding he wants to fight around this, forcing Tofu away. The Fortune's End is there, and in we go.
They took the rune away from Quinn, but in terms of first EXO, there's not going to be any damage dealt to a tower.
Whisper stuck behind this tier 1 top. Might be in a bit of trouble now. Yeah, getting ripped to shreds by the end.
Necessary to get Lasso going. If he's going to be farming the jungle, we'll put the next point in Firefly.
Attempting on Panda. Good damage from the Ench, and Tofu's Tiny secures the kill. Pakaz still level 5, trying to get the bashes onto Ace. C-Smile rotates. They'll look for this Enchantress kill in the tree. Yeah, Matthew lassoed up. That right of the Chrono in the Firefly still, focusing the Tiny. And Quinn, full HP with Duracio's help. Will get on top of Pakaz with some Fury Swipes in the overpower, but C-Smile tracking back to bully this Ursa. He doesn't have much left in the tank. Fortune's End flies out to try and...
Batrider is countered. He was supposed to be Chrono.
Yeah, straight on the edge. Pakaz needs the backup from DP and Timbersaw, but it's still a difficult target to bring down. The Avalanche looks good, but Ace still going to fall. Now Pakaz moves on the Tiny. Tofu in trouble. And Game Gladiator is going to cut their losses. Try and get Quinn out of danger. Cancel TPs down to bottom. And move away from here, but Whisper wants to keep on diving. Fuel Scepter up, C-Smile catches. Whisper held down by the Death Troll Pit, and they'll dive behind this tier 2 tower. Yeah, smoke breaks, Panda knows. Spot the Tiny in the trees. Plant him up. Catch him out. EG bring Mage Slayer is next from Ace.
No Chrono, no EXO.
We're going to play forward, sleep up the Batrider, but Matthew's the one to get blown up by Duraccio. Does have to use the Enrage to get behind his tower. Quinn wants back in though. C-Smile
saves. That's big.
The false promise. Affixus Void could get caught off through the control. Matthew can start things off with a Sleeping Dart though. Straight onto Quinn and forcing his BKB early on. Half health for Batrider while C-Smile. Avalanche for now. Holding his BKB in the Yules. Now has to use it, but the Ursa's damage substantial against the DP, and EG are the ones who have to run. Pretty nice against all these spellcasters. Trying to catch out Whisper top lane. Lasso is there, and the damage from Duraccio trying to kill him off, but a Timber Chain and the arrival of C-Smile slows things down. Wanted to chase Duraccio, and Whisper getting some revenge, but Game of Gladiators, they are all here. Avalanche toss, Whisper about to die. The Bolt Promise is there, and Panda keeps him alive. A killing spree for him as they dive in. C-Smile falls, but Duraccio dead.
Oh, look at this damage from Enchantress.
Sprites them all to death.
Have another one.
Radiant scanning off to the right, that turns red as well, so everybody knows the direction the opponents are coming from. Ricky starts with a Sleeping Dart, the jump in from Pakaz, no Chrono yet. Tofu trying the Avalanche top. Ricky being focused down as Duraccio and Quinn straight onto him. Tofu and Matthew trading lives, and Quinn just trying to chase up here, but C-Smile keeping them at bay while Duraccio trapped in between 3 of EG, down to half health. They've got the bit of save and a buying time from the Yule. KP and looking to jump back in the Avalanche again, but there's a false promise from the Oracle. Aegis already claimed up as Duraccio linking back to his side of the map. And the 2-man Chrono there, catching both supports. Quinn and Ace still on the outskirts though, doing an awful lot of damage here. And Pakaz is struggling to stick on a target. Celery with the Spirit Siphons, trying to roleplay as Boxy, but can't quite get the job done. And now Ace trapped in place. Quinn and Duraccio on this high ground, not able to rejoin the fight. EG will come out victorious.
Finished on Whisper, so double Chakram.
Poor Panda. False promise. Not going to help him out too much here.
Under attack.
Drag back into the flames of Quinn. EG looking to press into this enemy ancient spot where they do have high ground vision. Straight up Chrono, catch Rubik and the Edge. They need the damage onto Ace as quickly as possible, and Whisper will provide that. Blow up the Enchantress. She gets off a Sprite. The next attendant's not going to heal her while Duraccio jumps on the Pakaz. BKB and full promise required. to buy the time he needs. Time walks a little bit off, and now the Ursa kind of stuck here. Lift up, drag back, not saving you from Whisper's reinitiation. Very attentive EG, focusing the targets they need, and diving this tier 2 for the Rubik kill. The cherry on top.
Shard upgrade. Didn't even use the oh my god, he has a Force Staff and Ogre Shield Totem as well. With the shard, plus time walk.
So much mobility.
The gap. They caught him.
Yeah, lassoed up, but the U-rules make sure that the Ursa can't do the damage, and Picard saved by his team, allowed to chrono this Ursa. Now Ench arriving and a stolen one. There's the Rubik coming in clutch. Everyone from EG stuck inside. Duracho still dies. Timber chain across, looking for Tofu now. Matthew trying to jump back in onto this Enchantress, but the lift to save. Celery keeps them at bay, allows Ace to keep doing damage while Seasmile and Whisper chasing this Enchantress. Get the pesky Fawn out of here. Catch a glimpse of the Oracle, find out where Panda's playing. Matthew back to the high ground as Twin BKBs and moves up the ramp. Focusing for cards, he's got time walk off to the right. The chrono looks like a good one. They've killed Panda off though. Oracle is down, so no safety net. Duracho getting blown up though. Has to buy back a stolen chrono. Two of them trapped inside from EG, but Duracho is about to die here. Quinn has already fallen, had to buy back himself. Whisper moving in. Celery stealing the timber chain. Seasmile nearly dead. The Hurricane Pipe pushes him back, and Ace blows up the Death Prophet now. Hakaz getting tossed around near the Roach Pit, controlled up by the lift. Have they got the damage to finish him off? He time walks off to the left and Whisper is back in again. Chakra missing, the Force Staff out of Tofu, getting the distance he needs, and the stolen Chakram, Celery chucks it back at the Timber Saw. They saw Matthew taking this outpost. They've got the vision through the gem of Quinn. And plenty of damage to bring the Ricky down. The Yule Scepter on 20 HP, just delaying the inevitable, buying time. No way he survives here. Surely no way he survives here, right? He's got Blink Strike, but nothing to blink to. The end in the mid lane, Whisper getting gone on by Tofu and Duracho. EG, they know that multiple members of Gaming Gladiators pretty distant away.
I'm always sad that you can't break Tiny. It would be so funny if it just shrinks. Double Abyssal, Lotus Orb.
That's it back. Tofu's in though with the Avalanche toss.
EG's alone here.
Is bringing 4 members to kill off Whisper. Seasmile gonna go for the BKB TP. Duracho trying to close the gap to Tofu and Ace here.
Thinking about it.
Goes straight for the chrono. Exo as well. They really want to kill Ace here. Gaming Gladiators rallying around the Enchantress. She's got off the BKB and the attendants. Enchantress with some more strikes could actually play her way out of this one. Tofu going to survive. Dragged away from Picard. And now they've moved back in onto the Faceless Void. He's going to try and time walk it off thanks to the False Promise, but now Panda, the target of choice for Tofu and Celery, has the Fate's Edict on him, so protected against the magic damage, while Picard and Smile chasing Quinn now. The Bat Rider gets turned on. This fight is dragging out forever as another chrono from Picard. Straight onto the Tiny and Ursa. Edge slept up, so the damage is lacking, and EG, they've done it now. Holding their high ground, coming out to play into the southern jungle and finding the Enchantress. A Yule from Matthew finds a bonus target. Celery's Rubik trying to flicker away, but doesn't get any distance. So Whisper. The additional bonus from the Halberd on ranged heroes.
Enchantress getting very close to her level 25.
Blink initiation. Ursa gets lifted and forced staffed away. Ace gets the attendants out, points back, but Picard just keeps on chasing. Chronos up the Enchantress now. Looking to blow up Ace. There is buyback available, and of course, Ace in the hands of the Ursa still. DP caught inside that chrono along with Whisper, unable to keep giving chase. Trying to blink and timber chain across. Might be able to get a catch with the side device. What is that? Is that flamethrower stolen by Rubik? Gets up to the high ground, away we head. Lots of expenditure here from EG. Chrono, Exo, still wanting to find more, but a little lasso, Bat Rider.
That's another one.
Goes for the double lasso on the Faceless Void as Celery annihilated by Matthew and the Timber Saw in the back line. Comes with a double damage rune as well, and he walks straight into the middle of them. Lincoln's popped. He does get Scythe. Ursa on him. The backup there from the Oracle. False Promise and the big chrono. Bat Rider caught up in it. Quinn being battered into the ground. Dead for 2 minutes. Ace might be found as well, but they're going to go for the backline. Rubik being destroyed by Picard's Faceless Void. Time walks back in, looks for Ace, reverses it, rewinds, backs away. As Tofu splits the fight, multiple directions. Picard and Whisper find Duracho under the smoke screen, can't do anything, caught up and killed.
They're constantly disarmed both of the cores of Gaming Gladiators.
They can't
not
do
deal
anything.
damage.
Duracio finally gets to open up onto a target, and he slept. He's hexed. Control for days on end. There's no end in sight, just being blown up and controlled everywhere. Duracio gets tossed across to the Oracle, but Panda, even has to disarm his own, gets the baiting down, and the damage is down. Whisper with a double kill. Well, Ace
By Pathrider. This can't be correct. Like that's one stick in a palm, and then maybe like some Firefly damage, and EGs wanna close this one out. There are no buybacks available. This is game, Gary.
Yeah, looks like it. They'll try and glyph. Maybe Ace can sproik his way to a base defense. But it looks like EG have got this one in the bag now. A very close fought game one. Very tight battles. And it looked like Game Gladiators using their windows to perfection. But EG, with these Chronospheres, the late game protection of the false promise out of Oracle, and the itemization, hexing, darting, halberding, so much annoyance that Edge can't do a damn thing. She spends half the game in the sky.
Disarmed again.
Disarmed damage more. And GG is cold. EG take game one.
They disarmed the Enchantress. Mech on Io. There's gonna be a lot of sustain, and this.
Radiant's middle
They want this first blood. They want Ace.
Go in on them with a rebound, catching profit. Damage from the TA and first blood grabbed by Pakas. Come toward the top rune spot and find a DD. Tofu faster with the fingers as Whisper has just solo killed.
Oh, I was watching this top rune.
And Matthew, yeah, fighting with Panda and Sea-Smile. Now he lands a stun, catches Tusk unaware.
What a disastrous spot. Like I'm not sure why you're even stuck there.
Whisper!
Radiant's
Tofu on his
top
own
tower
couldn't do
is
too
under
much.
attack.
Maybe with Quinn arriving now. Out down with the tag team, plenty of damage. Disposed though, stops Quinn's movement forward. This is all while Pakas continues to get free farm and even goes for the solo kill. Ace close to death and he gets finished off. Sea-Smile taking large camp stacks. Might get jumped on here with a snowball, but the swashbuckle misses. Walrus Punch connects and the roll of thunder inside the shards gets them the kill. Now EG wanting to answer the aggression. Onslaught trample, finding Tofu. Tusk is pulverized.
13 and a half minutes into the game.
Could be nasty. Whisper is in a 1v2 situation, going straight for Celery. Let's see if he can. No tether available for him. EG starting to swarm. 3 heroes heading down to that bottom jungle. Matthew is alone for now, and that Wrath of Nature. Every 2 minutes he's got a new item. Dragonlance, Deso, Blink. Rebound in from Matthew. Drag back Tofu. So his Blink will be a little delayed now as they go for yet another objective. Even trying to collapse on the enemy Ancient's high ground, looking for Celery. Finds his target. Ace. There we go with a stun connecting. Matthew's in. Control the profit. Got the trample damage. Snowball will delay the death of the Tusk here. Take a little while longer for them to kill him off, but eventually he will fall.
He wants to be able to pick that one up, get a shard, most likely as his next item. Troll getting caught.
Yeah, they've got the snowball shade. Let's see if EG can control up the troll, but handing, 300 gold over to the IO, in fact. That's Quinn. Trying to shield crash his way out with Ace. Whisper will still have the pulverizer. Melt strike, there it is. One hit kill. They come in with a troll. Celery tethered up to Duracio, focusing onto Matthew, killing off the Marcy. While Panda and Whisper holding the line. Pakas wanting to run away from this. Doesn't want to battle into Demon Gladiators anymore. Thinks about it though. Jumps forward and kills the troll. Waited and bided his time. Looks for Tofu now. A few more swipes out of this Deso. TA is going to find multiple kills. A mega kill for him so far. And he wants to go high ground for a double.
Your towers are gonna die. Where's the follow-up?
She's not coming, is it? Sea-Smile with Whisper. They're on top of this IO, pulverizing Celery, looking to finish him off, and they'll get the job done. And now Quinn, he's got one shield crash, but the damage from Pakas is just
Not enough.
so big.
Sitting on 1,400 gold, level 17.
And they're going aggressive in the bottom jungle.
Going aggressive mid.
Gets
gonna solo kill him.
Tofu dying in the mid lane, straight up to Pakas, gets a wicked 6 streak with Matthew in this bottom jungle, found by Duracio and Celery. Now in comes Whisper though, looking for the control on Duracio with Sea-Smile chasing forward. Rock throw is there, connects on one of the heroes. Quinn gets stunned, and the Split Earth comes. Sea-Smile turned on, Illusion Rune popped, and he's got that protection into the ethereal form thanks to his Ghost Scepter. Full step
running out in
back,
7
and
seconds.
now the Battle Trance with the roll of thunder connecting. They're going to find Sea-Smile here, kill off the ledge, and get
They're gonna time it correctly.
Going to find Pakas. Aegis is gone. He's got BKB though. No mana to play with. They need Whisper to protect the Templar Assassin as quickly as they can, but the root is there, and Duracio with a double kill. Gladiators, they are destroying EG in his bottom jungle. And
Like, I was watching him. He did kill Tofu. Oh, they're still not done.
They want Whisper out. Come back here. Primal Beast, where you going? Matthew jumps off to the left. He's going to get finished off by the spirits and the hits from Ace, while the punch from Tofu gives him the old left-right.
That one gold. C-Smile needs to be careful. Ghost Scepter will keep him alive for a while.
Yeah, very careful against this troll. He wants Celery real bad. Forces the mech early on. Whisper coming back in with a rock throw missing, sadly. Ratio 7 seconds for Battle Trance and no BKB, so he'll die.
She is a range hero. This Sword is going to scout out Quinn.
Hello there, Pango. Global silence for him as well.
He knows. They will have to get it somewhere, so Gleipnir going to help out tremendously. C-Smile going for a solo.
Tofu has the snowball. Blink on cooldown for a couple of seconds, and that damage spilling onto it, make sure there is no jump away. Whisper in the meanwhile, aiming bottom lane, connects the onslaught onto the troll, and walks it back. Looks like Quinn knows what's up. Goes back to his own ancients, connects onto Matthew. Rolling thunder, trying to get into the backlines as well. Whisper being found with a walrus punch there. The global to give the coverage and a 4-staff away.
Oh, miss uphill.
Gets Whisper away from danger, and you're right, Quinn surviving on 100 HP. Now Ace the one in trouble though. The blink forward, the meld, the damage. Ace with the TP home survives while Quinn will die. Troll and Ire still sticking around. The shard blocking in for Kaz. Does he have the protection for his team to dispose to buy a bit of space and time? But Kaz in the sprout now. Whisper comes across the trample. He's battering into Duratio, pulverizing the IO, and it looks like Gaming Gladiator's going to get blasted out of this triangle. Relocate into Whisper.
My favorite snack. IO coming back.
Who's getting the kill?
Of this Pango, even harder. AC that you mentioned coming out shortly. Needs a bit more time.
Oh, Quinn. Hello. Whisper's found him. I guess the trap gave a little bit of vision, so he throws the rocks at him. Dangerous territory for them to be walking up high ground.
Oh my god, almost gets one shot.
Oh god! He's not gonna die just yet, though. I don't know how much HP he left. Well, that was close. C-Small has a 2-man splitter. In comes the snowball save. Tofu rolling forward onto the ledge. But now the pulverize blows up the tusk. Duratio battling forward onto Marcy. Celery's dead and Picard's cleaning up. A couple of swift kills for him. And the double buyback for Gaming Gladiators. They need to get on top of these core heroes, but they're struggling. With the tether, the trolls on the Primal Beast, but a slide away with a 4-staff, and in comes Picard again. So much raw damage, a double kill for C-Smile. Celery's going to relocate out of there.
That's 2 buybacks from the map.
Again.
They might catch him, let's see.
There's the jump. Walrus punch into the control, gets off his BKB though, and Whisper, he's back in, looking for Duratio. They've saved for Kaz for now, 4-staff up to the high ground and kills off Celery. No buyback on the IO. Quinn trying to get there with a rolling thunder, but the Hex in control with the pulverize there. Duratio's down. Buybacks available, but the rest of your team's being crushed. Whisper aiming for Ace, Panda not even dropping. And Ace is just going to have to turn around and fight mano a mano with Whisper, who tramples him down under the boot. And Duratio, the Deso hits are flying into you. A little worried about
chances, and they're still flying.
They're still coming. Oh my god, he's nearly dead.
This is it, Gary. There is no coming back from this one. Your barracks are gone. You're going to be playing against Mega Creeps. 50 seconds without Nature's Prophet. No buyback on him, and Celery will call him.
That's it. It's over. GG comes.
Duratio didn't even type anything. He just like space or something. Oh, it's on my screen. It doesn't say.
That's a GG over here. And the same thing in the lobby as well when they were asking the players to get ready.
Oh.
It's Cleaver Talk.
Foxy will be playing Snapfire, and Zai. 1 gush, 1 curse. Should be the kill.
Yeah, Battery Assault is there. Schofield's able to wrap around on him. Now he absolutely has to know that ward is there. Still gonna lose.
They might de-ward it
to make that additional lane. Schofield though, on top of Vincere again. Battery Assault and Gush is an awful amount of damage here, and Crystal Maiden just can't.
And then Clockwork with boots, 1 gush.
There's the kill.
Silence.
Dinger gets it. Down at bottom again. Tusk and Snapfire on top of K1. A snowball comes and he'll get the kill on the position 1. Nothing Stinger could do there to help his buddy. Might be dying himself, in fact.
Darkmago got 2 CS in the last minute and a half. Very difficult.
Move again.
Move again.
Cookie into Scatter Blast. Boxy even going across to get the bounty rune down bottom. Even more gold flowing into Team Liquid, while Schofield nearly dead top. Zai does get the pick off on K1 bottom.
2 times. The one who has a lot of farm, like decent amount of farm, is Tidehunter with the Ring of Health. Ember Spirit's supposed to be that one guy. Never mind, holding that thought.
Yeah.
DM.
It's a kill on Insania again, potentially. Under tower, Schofield goes.
This is like a guaranteed kill. He needs to have an HP, however. Brought the healing salve. Mid lane.
Nisha trying to protect it, gets it off to the right-hand side. Turns into
Resummons it.
Resummons, comes in, looks for the root. Dark Margo slipping away from danger, barely with his life. They'll move on to the clockwork instead. Nisha, 1v2 situation, finding a kill, trades out. They'll bring in a hero mid to bottle refill. Blightstone and the Gloves of Haste, in fact. Zai finding the pick off on Stinger, who, stuck around in that bottom lane. Not where he wants to be, while K1 has evacuated the area. Nisha getting gone on. Remnant forward, and
that's
the battery assault
again.
There's Ravage turned on. They've got the Ravage onto Nisha. Insania coming in, but can't save his life. Okay, wanting the trade out here, and there are no remnants left for the Ember Spirit. So even though they lose the Lone Druid, it's still a decent defense of that mid lane, and Ravage on cooldown means a big window for Liquid to exploit. They chase out Sacred with a cookie. Lacking a bit of damage here. Mickey didn't follow through on this, so a turnaround on Insania should find him thanks to Stinger's Silencer.
Wrath of Nature.
A couple of sneaky wards, we saw
Sacred
that.
bottom.
You alright?
Not really.
Dead. The dive in mid. Nisha gets off the true form though. The bear is back up, a remnant away. Sleight of fist and safety for Dark Margo. Schofield, still level 4. The cookie on the bear puts him in place and holds him there with a root.
He did manage to recover. Bought Hand of Midas. Classic K1 move, snowball mid. Zai.
Yeah, punch out Dark Margo.
Yes, given up Mask of Madness, I'm not really competent to talk about the item build.
And they've caught out K1 though. And again, they're situated 1 because Zai is lurking in the shadows, coming in from the river. Spots out Schofield, tag team punch, and the kiss is launched down by Boxy. Clears out the clockwork.
Underneath the ward.
Shots. Not gonna play out as intended.
No cookie.
And there's the hook shot, but Schofield needs to keep on chasing with the cover of the global. It's a little difficult still, and Liquid bringing numbers down here. The Ravage clips the Razor on the very edge. Boxy remnanted apart, but they've got sustain and they're also tanking. Dark Margo being punched skyward. Does he have safety remnants? He's just being chased down. He's on 1 HP. Dark Margo so close to death, but nobody to close the gap on him. No cogs up. The Zai Tusk finish him off, while Dark Margo survives. Snowball buys all the time in the world for Zai, as the gush and the Arcane Curse will be just enough to finish him off. Stinger now being dived by the Nisha Bear and Mickey's Razor. Will claim a lot of that farm on the opposing side of the map, while Dark Margo is making Liquid play for it. Stinger nearly blown up by Zai immediately, just the 1v1 there. Will kill him off in the end, claim up the spree while the freezing field from Insania. Kiss is launched in and Dark Margo
no remnants left.
Mickey has the link on him while Zai and Insania fighting down south. And the fight is spread 3 different ways, but Liquid.
So much physical damage. You have
Stinger, he's gonna die. Caught up by the Razor and the Bear.
There we go.
Easy as you like. Well, Dark Margo has TP'd in here. 1 remnant at his disposal. Sacred trying to back him up. All they need is a slow from the Plaza field, a route to catch him.
So slow.
He's incredibly slow. Remnants leftwards. Nisha chasing forwards. K1 gonna hold the line while Insania and Zai looking for Schofield, who doesn't catch a hook shot onto anything. Can't maneuver himself away from the top jungle. So Zai just patiently biding his time, waiting for the cogs to wear out. Finish him off with a frostbite and a punch.
Now that's a BKB. Dark Margo getting in, has haste run.
Catches the chains on Zai. Gush in with Sacred. Facing this Tusk, he's pretty damn tanky and he BKB's up. The Ravage is wasted, completely whipped by Sacred. Dark Margo, chain disabled. Global might give him a bit of safety here. He's speedy on the Ember Spirit while Sacred's gone in far too deep. Surrounded by 4 members of Liquid. The Bear is back again. And Mickey hunting the Ember on the left-hand side while Sacred pops his greaves. He wants anything he can. Dark Margo's dead to Mickey and Sacred pummeled into the ground. Not really required here. Feels like this goes to playing into the hands of Liquid. Schofield Savage roared. And Nisha open. No, we were wondering.
Schofield, he's looking for an angle. Let's see if someone decides to block it. Okay. Your carry is blocking Clockwork from getting in.
Well, he's the position too, right? Nisha's the real carry in this team, in this game. Schofield trying to cogs and Ember buying the tome for himself.
Yeah, you want to look good on the end game screen.
First BKB defensive, and the Walrus Punch pierces it. Straight forward they go, Liquid.
And then one punch from Tusk. Good one-shot people.
Yeah, I mean, Dark Margot, 70% of it.
They were so ready for
this. The Remnant, they absolutely were heroes in the first minute of the game when you're able to outplay every lane, hit your item timings, take down a tier 2, and move forward onto Stinger. Straight into the base. Zio looking for the solo kill. Stinger down to low ground. Sacred, he's popped the greaves already. And Nisha sprinting forward with his bear. The kisses are there. Savage roar and Zai. Incredibly small now for Beast Coast. Yes, you've got a Nature's Prophet who can spread his wings and split push lanes. It's incredibly scary to do so. Sacred might have overstepped here. Good force stab to get away from the shards. The snowballs deep from Zai. Forced to BKB. But with a Walrus Punch and the chase from...
With the snowball and just trying to buy time. But good Blaster usage to keep this lone druid away.
Roxy maybe stuck around bottom a little too long. Yeah, successfully so, away from Mickey, while in that right-hand jungle, Schofield. He's turned back onto Zai with the help of Stinger, shotting and cogging and finding another kill.
Here's Mago. Their catch is pretty limited.
Unless they wait at a Remnant with the entanglement.
Dire structures.
Liquid. They're trying to find K1 up at top. He's already put himself back in the fountain. Well, Boxy catch up to Schofield. Zai tracks back.
EP. Misclick.
Slight misclick there, but they got the snowball. Bit of global strat they've got with the Prophet and the Ember Spirit. Stinger though. Oh, jumps away from the bear. Kisses onto the Ghost Scepter, good magic damage, and an optimistic TP. Yeah, once we start getting levels up on this Nature's Prophet with the Sprout Talons, things can get real spooky. Schofield went to try and de-ward, but Zai and Boxy were there, ready and waiting for him. The creeps. Looks like he'll still be able to get in on top of Stinger though. Ghost Scepter protect, just pushing bottom wave. I don't see anything. And then Zai, on top of the Prophet, holding the punch this time, like you said, waiting, biding his time. Beacon will up himself now. K1 stands his ground.
Now.
Decent amount of physical damage with the global stance to cover. They're looking forward, trying to set up Dark Margot. They've got the root on him and the Ember Spirit's dying.
Play for area.
Look at that. Ogre Seal Totem onto Sacred, has the tendrils of the deep. Even Mickey has played for a little bit. He's going to drain all this damage away from the tide. This isn't coming. I didn't think Sacred would die here, but it looks like Mickey and Boxy have enough damage to bring him down, and the dive continues. Mickey just keeps on going. Stinger has to go Scepter. Now Mickey with his BKB inside the Sprout. Will Dark Margot in the mid lane. BKB's up the Remnant, left and right, jumps and dives. One more hit will do the trick, but Boxy can't see it.
I also didn't expect Titan to die. Very nice kisses coming out from Boxy.
Yeah, really well done. What do you reckon? He's got Silver Edge queued up. What comes after that?
Silver Daedalus.
Yeah, potentially. Schofield. Zai having a fight around the Sprout. Kisses cancelled out by the global silence of Stinger. Mickey just keeps on charging forward. BKB wears off, the lone druid sends Bear in, but the Ravages are good. Sacred connects on the two cores. The tendrils there as well. Beautifully played. Mickey, though, Seal turned him out of it. K1 dead to Mickey's range. Schofield follows him 6 feet under. Dark Margot trying to battle Insania, but the freezing field just keeps on going. The Wolves, they howl. Oh, and kill them off. Liquid dive, the tier 3s and 4s, and Beast Coast have got no chance left. Kick back, send them in, Stinger down, a 5-man wipe, and Liquid have got it. As quickly as that, the game will end. GG's called, and Beast Coast tap out.
We were slightly worried when Beast Coast opened up with the Nature's Prophet Ember. He goes jungle, he recovers, someone else soaks up the X.
What is it, 17-2 against 17-1? Yes, very good. Zai going to chase K1 up top. What's Boxy got? Both his spells are available. Telekinesis and Fade Bolt, zap down the troll, lift him up and drag him back to the Broodmother. And a few more hits here. Should be able to secure them the kill, even with the insatiable hunger.
And his mid laner is doing stuff for him. He needs to be active because
Insania demolishing them in this lane. Kick back under the tier 2. A tower hit will land, but the decay is there. Gets the kill. Might survive as well. Sacred, the lightning storm, the split earth, not going to come. Mickey is very slow.
Should be able to TP out if he misuses the rolling boulder. Never mind, just gonna drop here.
And just standing and fighting, deciding it's more worth his time. Think about rotating up top. help out Boxy to consider these TPs down to the bottom lane as well, though. Ooh, they're going in on this troll, level 5 still, and a level 7 Broodmother.
Dire's top
Plenty of
tower
damage.
is under
Continue that spree. Down the bottom, they do go for the dive. Nisha's here with the Rolling Thunder, and the TP out from Mickey successful. Sacred's first death of the game looks like it will shortly be incoming as the perfect connections from Nisha launch them forward for a kill on the Veno, while Mars Arena catching Insania. Dark Margot struggling to contend with the Soul Rip and Decays. The roll is cancelled. Schofield in trouble now. Swashbuckle forward and Nisha looking for this bonus kill. The kick not enough for a double for Nisha. Can he finish off Dark Margot as well?
Here comes K1, level 5 troll ganking. Hell
He's
yeah.
in, but Dark Margot's about to die. Nisha basically 1v3, 1v2 now. Courier falls. Pango, Swashbuckle ready in a second, and you're right, the regen rune is ready. Stinger almost dying immediately. Wasn't expecting the high ground made, and the Fairy Fire regen rune trying to buy some more time. Getting away from danger, the spear not landing, but they...
Arcane Reservoir.
Does he have a point held for Battle Trance? It doesn't look like it. So K1 getting chased down by the Pango and the Undying. He's just dead.
That Nisha used with Arcane Rune, and now they want to hunt more.
Yeah, Stinger.
Dire's middle tower.
Crystal
is under
Noah.
attack.
We'll get a solo kill
10
here.
minutes of farming before he's really
Dire's bottom tower
to
is
show
falling.
how impactful he can be. That's a
Oh
good
my god, this damage, the poke
That
from distance.
being stolen, the poison is there onto Insania and Boxy, but Nisha with his Rolling Thunder crashing up atop the high ground, connects on the Veno, the Schofield is in trouble as well. Nisha, he wants multiple kills here, but the sidestepping from Sacred, beautifully done. Stinger into the little pocket, hiding away in the Swashbuckle, doesn't finish him off. Stinger still survives, Nisha now the one in danger, 17 wand and a shield crash to come, the kick and the roll, it's not going to land, Nisha swashes but still dead to the troll. From mid, northwards into the jungle. And it'll coincide with the Bloodstone of Lash as it looks like Visco's just initiating on Insania. Very tanky and dying, and Sacred takes the brunt of the damage initially. Finally getting a kill there, Visco. So Stinger pushed to the high ground. Well done with the freezing field, trying to zone out the Brood. While Dark Margot being focused by Nisha, chased out. Schofield rolls away with that.
Swashbuckle the ball, please.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Boxy spots out Stinger. Freezing field is there from the Rubik. Not enough to finish the maiden off, but the rest of the Liquid will arrive. Mickey and Zai pairing up beautifully. And all 5 of them in that northern jungle trying to get in on top of Schofield now. It's a 3-man magnetize after his roll, but there's no follow-up. Yet again, Dark Margot and K1 unavailable. But the spear from Dark Margot, long range cast, they pinned him up against the sides. And now he's stuck. Dark Margot can't escape from this. Nisha, Insania chase him forward. Spiderlings are there, and a triple for Zai.
He pops the pipe on the Spiderlings as well. There's not enough damage to kill it then. Nisha does have crystals to bounce off.
He does, and the spear.
Dire's
Oh, that magic damage from Sacred. About 40% HP. The spear into Fade Bolt.
The swash.
Nearly soloed out by Boxy. Surviving though in the freezing field arena. Going to get supports of Liquid. They were over eager. Sacred baited them in.
Nisha kept a distance. Underneath the ward has Arcane Rune. We're gonna go on him. Please try.
Catch him. Magnetize on Nisha, but
Nice roll up.
there's Mickey. And a roll up dodging the spear. You're right. It's in. Troll still running all the way through the entrance area.
Oh, two-man stun.
Connects on both of them. Stinger just dead to the Pulse Nova, and it looks like K1 attempting the TP, but Boxy with the lift gets him with the telekinesis. Oh, that's gorgeous from Liquid, finding the catches they need. K1 will try with a Battle Trance now, but he's being chain disabled. Get on top of him with the Pango. The root, the ensnare.
Put the gap with, and Boxy picked up that Blink Dagger. We saw it in the action on Troll.
Roll on Insania, and then a roll back from Nisha. Sacred getting collapsed on by the Pango. Schofield's dead. This one feels like it might be over soon.
Big Boxy now on high ground has rolled boulder stolen.
Oh, he does?
That's so aggressive. Blink south.
Does get Arena speared. Nisha is still here, and Dark Margot, well, he's trapped inside his own arena. He's not the gladiator he thought he was. He's getting sliced and diced. There's spiders and disco ponies and all kinds of beasties and monsters killing him off.
But Zai also connects with the rest of the team.
Can you imagine being a Roman gladiator? Like back in the day, they would fight lions and tigers. Now you're fighting flipping spiders that are twice your size.
Dire's middle tower.
That would be very diff. I'd prefer a lion.
Yeah, exactly. Kick back, Troll Warlord. No one, trying to spin back to safety as they continue their beyond godlike streak on Zion. It looks like it's over. The dive in behind tier 4s, getting them 2 more kills. Rolling Thunder, they're onto the Troll Warlord as well, crashing and slaying. Does get the root in onto Nisha now, as he got the saves with the swashbuckle and the heals coming. He will stay alive, and K1 dies. Barracks cracked wide open. Complete freedom here for Team Liquid as Dark Margot's Mars, another round, a flurry of disables, takes down the Mars, and GG's called. Liquid continue to assert their dominance here in the group stage of the Lima Major.
What a clean game from Team Liquid. And I was told that Earth Spirit, or Rubik against Earth Spirit is a bad hero. I just saw a kick, I just saw a roll.
It's Cleaver time.
Skadi, BKB, and an Arcane Blink. Kind of due to lack of faith for Skeeter's ability to carry. I mean, you said, no, Skeeter's been struggling. Maybe Saxa's like, well, looks like I'm going to have to start playing carry here.
Taking. He looks pretty daddy.
Big look like a first blood. Yep, still take.
Saxa.
Right, quite nice.
Saxa could be in trouble here. Kidding.
23. He's going to try and keep his distance, but indeed, get the kill out of this one, Tundra. Look towards Ollie. Ollie's trying to stand his ground to take down Saxa.
Oh,
well, there we go. Gonna try and do something here to get 23 out of this. He just came back to the lane, 23. And he's going to get sent straight back to the base. Ollie as well may be in trouble. They're going to chase him out a little bit. He'll be able to get into the trees, but Saxa, he's spotting him out. There's the snare again. I mean, that's 2 times back to back.
Saxa did.
Not again.
Oh my god, again. Oh, he's still level 2. Oh my.
Oh my goodness. Well, Talon getting quite a rude awakening this morning in the top lane. 33 and Saxa. They're just
Literally trading for both of them. He might even kill Ollie.
Saxa just diving down. Okay.
Okay, Saxa.
Probably going to die here, Saxa.
But, I mean, uh-oh. How about that again? Oh my god.
I can't believe it.
Oh my god.
What do you do? Where's the recovery? What is possible? I mean, as you say,
He has to. And even then,
yeah, it's the only way.
Minimum for it to pay off. Saxa. With a breakdown. A bit over-aggressive. Trees. Wait, buddy. Bottom, meanwhile, yeah, not a hit photos that she pulled out there.
Should be able to kill Saxa for this. Jab! My goodness, he nearly dies. That's the Zeus ult. He'll be able to get away. Indeed, with Makoto keeping down towards the bottom. They'll be able to kill Saxa.
Still on the support though.
Yeah, and with Makoto moving down bottom, 32-3 to continue to farm freely up top. Makoto, get some more. For snaking. And indeed, it looks like they'll get a second support out of it. So Makoto starting to get some of the kills. Get the lasso off, but he has been doomed. 9 also swinging from the side. CQ trying to roll forward on towards 9. 9 able to jump off to the side. They'll lose Q. They'll also lose Makoto. And now 23. Trying to get under the safety at the tower, but 9 bursting down with the Thunderbolt. 12 to 5.
Honestly, this could be like a 30k network lead game. It feels like for Tundra. If Talon doesn't...
Bottom lane. Try and make a move on to Skeeter. And they should have him in. Oh, make on in fact, 42 ready. They will not have him at all. With the backup coming in, they just turn Thunder God's Wrath there. As they'll take out Ollie, Jabs, and Q. The 3 of them going.
Doom. I mean, this guy's a good Doom player. If not one of the best. But this is unreal.
Up, Saxon. Makoto will be able to get him. And they might get him in.
They might get him.
They might.
Guys, the Hellraisers did go for that play.
Look at this now, Daniel with the body blocks into the telekinesis back. Malik, though, he's going to miss the spear as Kiyotaka gets the kill onto Malady in the dire jungle. Might even chase down onto Shigetsu because, well, with no Malady, that call is looking awful scary here for Shigetsu. And Shigetsu, he doesn't have that blink dagger. He's going to look for the TP. Mero, he stopped short. Shigetsu is going to be able to get the TP.
Yeah, I knew where he was, but the second he clicked there, because the in his way, he turned back. Should have been a red for him, but yeah, he didn't pay attention all that much.
The Rubik's Cube going to be dropped once again, but this time Daniel should go down. Yeah, and Solo doesn't take enough damage to buy Kiyotaka with the help, and Daniel will fall.
He went back to watch a YouTube video on how to solve that one. Not going to be good enough.
No, in fact, the media hammer comes through as well. Ramsey's taking a lot of damage. Mal's going to be able to blink himself in front of Ramsey. Ramsey's up. Cold snap coming out. Mal's going to go down and return. The definite blast comes through. Ramsey's picks up that kill. So, I mean, Malik, did he just need to give up ghosts and just leave Ramsey's to go down? Because it looks like they're going to be able to move themselves right into the approach.
Yeah, without the arena, you cannot fight that one. They do have the Rolling Thunder actually, but yeah, this Pango is not a hero. The ultimate form, that being his only item, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, getting up from the last game, going towards that Lincoln well, here, trying to block off that get the rupture coming out from Ramsey, because that is a massive threat to the Pango.
Yeah, but still, you don't do damage. You need at least a defusal blade before. I know it's gonna be a little bit late, but here you're just playing not to die. How are your teammates gonna survive? How are you gonna kill anyone if you're Navi?
Well, I guess it's up to them to show us here. Daniel's gonna be spotted out as the kill comes through. Daniel, yeah, he's Forge Spirits. It doesn't matter what he steals, because he's just gonna be taken care of. Sunstrike won't spot out Malik. Malik has that blink, but
they know he's there.
Yeah, they see it now as well. Malik, he's gonna be able to get himself away. He's got no blink now as well. It's gonna be caught on cooldown by the dark. The spear comes out, locking the invoke down to the tree, but Antares comes through, and Malik should go down. One more right click. Antares actually gets it.
And Malady's dead in lane as well. He actually got the taste of his fountain, but that's not enough to survive Ramses.
Yeah, Ramsey now has a fresh BKB here as well. The Aegis on Kiyotaka, so a good timing for Hellraisers, looking for the objectives with Mayro, and Kiyotaka even being able to help out with the Forge Spirits. So now if you're Alchemist, this is what we're talking about. Your Alchemist, he's got that Radiance, he's got his BKB, but the timing is squarely in the Hellraiser's favor to get aggressive before she gets, you can have a massive impact in this game.
You can't kill anyone. That is the problem. And we're coming back to it. Last game when they played the Alchemist, they were the ones that took road. They were the ones that were creating space for themselves to get the key items. This time around, it is Hellraisers that are applying pressure with the Aegis and Navi. They have to go for a 5-man smoke. 5-man smoke, 18 minutes into the game, very rarely work out because it is going to be so obvious.
Yeah, you see Solo being smoked here now as well. Goes to the tree, that smoke walks himself away. Maybe the breath comes out because he's speed to the tree. Static Stone gets cast though now as well. They have the heal, middle breathe. Oh, Enigma. Enigma's going to survive through this. Ramses, he takes down one. Kiyotaka gets the other. And now the chase is on. Ramses has the rupture to get to. Well, even with the BKB, he gets himself up to the high ground. Little Right comes through. Nigel just going to have to use this Rolling Thunder on the staircase defensively.
Drop the line. Like, go over this line. You dare. Hellraisers, well, they dared in game number 1 and they lost it, so they're not going to be making that mistake again. But this is the Hellraisers that we've seen so far in the DPC here in Eastern Europe. So they crush the lanes and they never let go of the lead. And it's not only that they are destroying you, their movements are so good that you don't really know what to do. And then you go for desperation smoke like that one and just end up falling further and further behind.
Yeah, and it's kind of like they just couldn't pick a target there because every time they picked somebody, you know, they had so that. Have you seen? You must have seen Kung Fu Hustle, right? Where they're like, "Yo, I'll fight you," and he stands up. He's like this big beefy dude. He's like, "No, that's cheating. Sit down." I'll point to the kid. Yeah, you. I'll fight you. And the kid comes out. He's got like a six-pack and muscle. That just seemed like Navi. Every time they picked a target there, you know, they had a way to answer back. They were too strong and just couldn't fight into it. As the arena comes through now, so they get to answer us. The hammer will be dropped. The rupture comes through. She gets to the glimpse back. All that damage stacking up. The Sunstrike will be there. And Kiyotaka gets killed once again. She gets to. This time he will go down. Daniel, can he get himself out of the ice path? Trying to just, I don't know, buy time, I guess, because Ramses, he's going to get the vision, get the chase down, and gets the kill onto Daniel. And now Malik, he's going to be the next one to fall.
I want to say that I definitely saw that show that you were talking about.
You've never seen Kung Fu Hustle?
I have. How have I? I just told you I have.
Because it's not a show, it's a film.
I know, busted. No way. Anyways, though, this is just how Hellraisers want this game to go. What they're doing right now is they are understanding the lack of damage of Navi, and they're just playing overly aggressive. And they know that their teammates are gonna get there in time to save them. That's just it. And even if they don't, they're gonna get there in time to kill Navi.
And how did they? Because they're gonna be kind of, you know, choked into the base here. When the Alchemist wants to get out farming, does he just have to take that? He's not even got an outpost to TP to, so it's not like he can even make a stealth move here to get outside of his base. What can Navi do? You talked about the 18 minutes folks not working out. You're 21 minutes in now. Trying to make this jump. Hellraisers is in control of the game. How did Navi get themselves back into it?
If only 3 minutes later the smokes would instantly become this better item, and suddenly, yeah, Navi are in the same position. They have the same items that they had earlier. It only has been Hellraisers that are coming forward. I don't know. When I look at Navi, they just don't do damage, right? You have to make sure that your supports are crushing it with the spell usages. That's the main thing.
And Malik's going to be chased down again. Kinetic Field comes out, trying to eat himself through the trees. No, the Avalanche is going to stop that blink from refreshing now as well. Malik in the trees. Toss comes through. They have the lockdown. They have the kill. And Malik, even with the God's Rebuke, he's not going to be able to create a gap long enough. Kiyotaka picks up the kill.
So currently, when you look at Navi's lineup, they are not tanky. They don't do damage. They do not split push. So, yeah, it's just not gonna work out. I'm looking at Melojule. He played such good games on the Pango, and now his item choices is gonna cost them any chance to win this game. Because even when he gets that Lincolns, it doesn't change anything. It's just gonna be completely ignored.
Yeah, you might be looking at that. I'm looking at the odds on the screen here. EGB giving Hellraisers this game. You know, it's like when Dota Plus said there's no chance for you to win this. You know, Hellraisers,
is under attack.
the zeros are there, and it's Navi hitting the 10s. So it just shows that even EGB, you know, thinking this one might be over sooner rather than later.
We had a 0 a couple of days ago, you and me.
Yeah.
I think it was Navi versus one move, and Navi almost won. So Navi, they like it when they're underestimated. Now they smoke and they're gonna show us differently.
Well, we'll see here. They've not even left the base just yet, so
you needed
really
to get excited with me. You needed to get excited with me, and you just...
I'm a realist. What can I say?
Okay. The realistically solo is dead.
Yeah, that was... I mean, okay, the smoke. They got a kill. Let's see what else they can get from this now as well. Ramses, though, as our BKB, the Rupture comes out, and Shigetsu has to walk himself away from the blood right now as well. They've got the lockdown onto Jakiro. Jakiro, can he get himself away from this one? Absolutely cannot get himself away from those cliffs. Those wings, they don't work like that. And like you said, maybe it's just the muscles weighing him down. The blink away, though. Excuse me, the TP away. Antra's not able to catch out. Melojule just has to run himself out. And again, Lincoln Sphere is up, going back towards that Basher. But Melojule, he's not really had that impact in the game that we've seen over the last couple of matches.
That set on the Jakiro really does look like the no cardio type of guy. So yeah, cannot fly off a cliff.
Oh, Kiyotaka, Shigetsu, he's not used to that BKB. So, but he's absolutely waiting in for the TP coming in from the Enigma. Enigma, they're going to be able to close the gap. Don't even need the black hole here. Shigetsu, he's just going to be right-click down. Surely, yeah, one more. The Midnight Pulse breaks the trees. Shigetsu, that BKB will be wearing off. The arena comes through. There's going to be a jump up in the earth as well from Shigetsu. Save the arena. It blocks the damage coming through from Kiyotaka, but Kiyotaka blinks himself forward. Got to get the kill now. Turning this one around. Rolling Thunder comes through. Mero, he's holding that black hole still for a little bit longer. Ramses, he's still got the BKB as well. Now Rupture comes back up in 2 seconds. Might be able to focus it onto Shigetsu. Shigetsu, that BKB is down. He's going to be controlled by the Malefice. He's going to fall. Lincoln Sphere is break, and Melojule, no way he gets himself out of this one.
At least they got 2 kills. They're going to be losing more for sure because of the glimpse, but not too much more. Actually, Navi, they're thinking about turning this around.
Now they're going to try and go into Kiyotaka even after losing Jakiro, but the static sword comes through. They get the kill onto Mars, the definite blast there onto Rubik. And this is going to be a full 5-man wipe for Hellraisers, probably Elena Vrax too.
Kiyotaka finding his ways in the trees there to get away from the spear of the Mars because he bought the shard. So you have that fire on the ground, and it was taking him down. So first he started running around there like, I'm an invoker, just get the quas out, and it's not going to be doing any kind of damage.
Yeah, and we'll see here pushing into the base. Hellraisers, are they going to be pushed back out, or are they just going to stake their claim onto the high ground? It looks like they will back themselves away. Mero comes back, still has the black hole, no blink dagger here for the Enigma. Actually just going to be the pipe into the Vlad, so a Wraith pack coming out here for Enigma.
That does look that way. He's gonna get the Vlads, and I mean, I think he understands just how much Navi cannot kill anyone, and if he has all of those items, they really will never get a kill.
Yeah.
At least not an important one.
Yeah, maybe not. We've seen Solo been jumped a couple of times. Like I say, that last smoke, able to get it up. Shigetsu, though, gets himself on top of Nero. There's still going to be the Mallet Fist coming through here. And obviously, Shigetsu not wanting to use that BKB just for that, so backs himself away. And now, Hellraisers, well, Ramses, he's going to have to close that gap. But you can see how split up Navi are. The Avalanche comes in. They have the control. They have that pushback onto Shigetsu once again. That's that BKB. If he needs the force stuff onto Antares, they're looking for the touchback. They're going to be able to get it now as well as the black hole. It comes through. They have the lockdown onto the Alchemist now. The right clicks, the ice path. It was a little bit too short to get there. And they're going to be able to get the kill onto Shigetsu. They take down Danielle. They take down 3. Can it be 4 now? As the glimpse back onto Jackie. Jackie's going to be taking down Marty, not surviving through this. And they're going to be able to claim the space, claim the set of racks. And I don't know if this stops at one single set of racks here for Hellraisers.
Noobs use the Sunstrike for kills. Chads use the Sunstrike for glimpse vision. And Kiyotaka and Solo, they've always impressed me. They did this once before in the DPC so far, that they were getting so many glimpses out because of those Sunstrikes. So Kiyotaka always on point. Maybe he doesn't connect with the damage, but he just shows the hero long enough for Solo to get the grab.
Yeah, and this is going to be 2 lanes of racks here. After this comes out, or it's going to be a lane and a half. The island, what damage can they do? No, the tossback, it comes back onto Jakiro. Jakiro is caught out in no man's land. Ramsey's going to get low, pops up BKB, and just going to be regenerating up through the creeps that are there. Throws that kill onto Malady. Throw Thunder, but he's going to get himself away because there is a rupture in 6 seconds here. So Ramses, they're backing themselves out with that Jakiro being down as well. It opens up the pit here for Hellraisers.
No reason to overextend there. Navi are again going to be in a situation where they need to smoke up and go for a desperation play. Outside of their base, their ability to win a fight is almost non-existent, pretty much as their win probability, 1%. And that is what Hellraisers are going to wait for, because Navi, if they stay in their base, they lose 100%. And now they're just going to go for that one last smoke. That is the one thing that is left for them.
Yeah, looking like it's... Oh, in fact, Malady doesn't get in that smoke. He's going to be on the back lines anyway, but this is going to be Butch and Sundine's time here coming out for Navi. And while this is going on, in fact...
It was under vision. That's the big thing. Kiyotaka is waiting to cancel it out and escape.
Yeah. So, I mean, Hellraisers, they get themselves, like you say, because it's under vision, get themselves outside of the pit, where it could be potentially deadly if they get caught out with the arena. You know, inside that such a small area, the Macropyre to come through. And Hellraisers, like I say, they know, so they just go right back into this. It's going to be a second smoke coming through, but this is going to be the jump in onto the creeps. And did it break anyone? I think it just broke the Jakiro smoke.
Yeah, now the Marses, now Danielle.
Telekinesis comes out, and Antares, the Macropyre, will be dropped. Can he get him away from this one? He's got those boots of regen as well for 10 seconds, but the backlines are jumping now as well. Daniel's going to get low. Kiyotaka, Ramses gets the kill onto the Rubik, and Rubik has to fire back into this. The rupture comes out though. Tornado connects onto the Alchemist. Alchemist, can he walk himself away? Going to pop that unstable, the chemical rage and the unstable concoction. Going to go through, doesn't matter. They get the kill. He even gets the stun off before the unstable concoction comes out with the basher on the Bloodseeker. And now Navi, they are going to have to call GG in this third and final game. Hellraisers shown their true chill, pulling it out of the bag. Navi didn't even look like they had a chance.
Oh, we're seeing this is actually Ramses when they do it. It's a puzzle of Ramses.
It's cleaver time!
he has some really good counters in this game.
Whisper gonna drag the remaining creeps back to the lane proper. Bit of damage onto Celery though, has to fairy fire the double blink strike, and Whisper with the first blood. Ooh, it starts off well.
Or are they? Celery? Another blink strikes available.
Oh, you're right. Back in on top of the Rubik. Tricks of the trade and the final touch. There it is. Whisper with another kill, chaining away from Duraccio. And Whisper's the one with all the stacks on him, so Matthew will take a fair number of hits to kill him.
Yeah, he has
like Ursa can.
7 Furious Swipe charges.
God, Quinn down in the bottom rune spot. 3 seconds to go, and C-Smile deciding he wants to fight around this, forcing Tofu away. The Fortune's End is there, and in we go.
They took the rune away from Quinn, but in terms of first Exo, there's not going to be any damage dealt to a tower.
Whisper stuck behind this tier 1 top. Might be in a bit of trouble now. Yeah, getting ripped to shreds by the
Necessary to get Lasso going. If he's going to be farming the jungle, we'll put the next point in Firefly.
Attempting on Panda. Good damage from the Ench, and Tofu's Tiny secures the kill. Pakar still level 5, trying to get the bashes onto Ace. C-Smile rotates. They'll look for this Enchantress kill in the tree. Yeah, Matthew lassoed up. Back right at the Chrono, in the Firefly still, focusing the Tiny. And Quinn, full HP with Duracio's help, will get on top of Pakar's with some Fury Swipes in the overpower, but C-Smile tracking back to bully this Ursa. He doesn't have much left in the tank. Fortune's End flies out to try and...
Batrider is countered to his pro-feet Chrono.
Yeah, straight on the edge. Makaz needs a backup from DP and Timbersaw, but it's still a difficult target to bring down. The Avalanche looks good, but Ace still going to fall. Now Makaz moves on the Tiny. Tofu in trouble. And Gaming Gladiator is going to cut their losses. Try and get Quinn out of danger. Cancel TPs down to bottom. And move away from here, but Whisper wants to keep on diving. You'll Scepter up, C-Smile catches. Whisper held down by the Death Troll Pit, and they'll dive behind this tier 2 tower. Yeah, smoke breaks, Panda knows. Spot the Tiny in the trees. Plant him up. Catch him out. EG bring Mage Slayer is next from Ace. Getting dived under his tier 1. Matthew spotted him. Timbersaw on top of the Ench, but the Nature's Attendant, tons of heal, and there's the Sproink, the Rainbow Impetus shot, launching out onto Matthew, nearly killing Ricky, but he gets off the tricks of the trade, while C-Smile in behind this tier 1. Diving Ace, the Chrono comes, Tofu and Ace both caught inside, and Whisper with a Chakra will finish it off yet another kill. Tofu down, and C-Smile is unstoppable. No Exo.
Smoke, no Chrono, no Exo.
We're going to play forward, sleep up the Batrider, but Matthew's the one to get blown up by Duraccio. Does have to use the Enrage to get behind his tower. Quinn wants back in though. C-Smile
saves. That's big.
The false promise. A Faceless Void could get caught off through the control. Matthew going to start things off with a Sleeping Dart though. Straight onto Quinn and forcing his BKB early on. Half health for Batrider while C-Smile. Avalanche for now. Holding his BKB in the Yules. Now has to use it, but the Ursa's damage substantial against the DP, and EG are the ones who have to run. Pretty nice against all these spellcasters. Trying to catch out Whisper top lane. Lasso is there, and the down from Duraccio trying to kill him off, but a Timber Chain and the arrival of C-Smile slows things down. Wanted to chase Duraccio, and Whisper getting some revenge, but Gaming Gladiators, they are all here. Avalanche toss, Whisper about to die. The False Promise is there, and Panda keeps him alive. A killing spree for him as they dive in. C-Smile falls, but Duraccio dead.
Oh, look at this damage from
Impetus sprites them all to death.
Have another one.
Radiant scanning off to the right, that turns red as well, so everybody knows the direction the opponents are coming from. Ricky starts with a Sleeping Dart, the jump in from Pakars, no Chrono yet. Tofu trying the Avalanche top. Ricky being focused down as Duraccio and Quinn straight onto him. Tofu and Matthew trading lives, and Quinn just trying to chase up here, but C-Smile keeping them at bay while Duraccio trapped in between 3 of EG, down to half health. They've got the bit of save and a buying time from the Yule. KP looking to jump back in, the Avalanche again, but there's a false promise from the Oracle. Aegis already claimed up as Duraccio linking back to his side of the map. And the 2-man Chrono there, catching both supports. Quinn and Ace still on the outskirts though, doing an awful lot of damage here. And Pakaz is struggling to stick on a target. Celery with the Spirit Siphons, trying to roleplay as Boxy, but can't quite get the job done. And now Ace trapped in place. Quinn and Duraccio on this high ground, not able to rejoin the fight. EG will come out victorious.
Finished on Whisper, so double Chakram.
Poor Panda. False Promise. Not going to help him out too much here. Drag back into the flames of Quinn. EG looking to
Dire's
press
bottom tower
into this
is
enemy
under
ancient
attack.
spot where they do have high ground vision. Straight up Chrono, catch Rubik and the Edge. They need the damage onto Ace as quickly as possible, and Whisper will provide that. Blow up the Enchantress. She gets off a strike. The next attendant's not going to heal her. Monteraccio jumps on the Picard. DKB ample promise required to buy the time he needs. Time walks a little bit off, and now the Ursa kind of stuck here. Lift up, drag back, not saving you from Whisper's reinitiation. Very attentive EG, focusing the targets they need, and diving this tier 2 for the Rubik kill. The cherry on top.
Shard upgrade. Didn't even use the oh my god, he has a Force Staff and Ogre Seal Totem as well. With the shard plus time walk.
So much mobility.
Close the gap. They caught him.
Yeah, lassoed up, but the Urals make sure that the Ursa can't do the damage, and Picard saved by his team, allowed to chrono this Ursa. Now Ench arriving, and a stolen one. There's the Rubik coming in clutch. Everyone from EG stuck inside. Duracho still dies. Timber chain across, looking for Tofu now. Matthew trying to jump back in onto this Enchantress, but the lift to save. Celery keeps them at bay, allows Ace to keep doing damage while Seasmile and Whisper chasing this Enchantress. Get the pesky Fawn out of here. Catch a glimpse of the Oracle, find out where Panda's playing. Matthew back to the high ground as twin BKBs and moves up the ramp. Focusing for cards, he's got time walk off to the right. The Chrono looks like a good one. They've killed Panda off though. Oracle is down, so no safety net. Duracho getting blown up though. Has to buy back Chrono. Chrono. Two of them trapped inside from EG, but Duracho is about to die here. Quinn has already fallen, had to buy back himself. Whisper moving in. Celery stealing the timber chain. Seasmile nearly dead. The Hurricane Pipe pushes him back, and Ace blows up the Death Prophet now. Hakaz getting tossed around near the Roach Pit, controlled up by the lift. Have they got the damage to finish him off? He time walks off to the left, and Whisper is back in again. Chakram missing, the Force Staff out of Tofu, getting the distance he needs, and the stolen Chakram, Celery chucks it back at the Timber Saw. They saw Matthew taking this outpost. They've got the vision through the gem of Quinn, and plenty of damage to bring the Ricky down. The Yule Scepter on 20 HP, just delaying the inevitable, buying time. No way he survives here. Surely no way he survives here, right? He's got Blink Strike, but nothing to blink to. Well done, the endball in the mid lane. Whisper getting gone on by Tofu and Duracho. EG, they know that the multiple members of Gaming Gladiator is pretty distant away.
I'm always sad that you can't break Tiny. It would be so funny if it just shrinks. Double Abyssal, Lotus Orb.
That's it back. Tofu's in though with the Avalanche toss.
EG's alone here.
Gladiator is bringing 4 members to kill off Whisper. Seasmile gonna go for the BKB TP. Duracho trying to close the gap to Tofu and Ace here.
Thinking about it.
Goes straight for the Chrono. Exo as well. They really want to kill Ace here. Gaming Gladiators rallying around the Enchantress. She's got off the BKB and the attendants. Enchantress with some more strikes can actually play her way out of this one. Tofu going to survive. Dragged away from Picard. And now they've moved back in onto the Faceless Void. He's going to try and time walk it off thanks to the False Promise. But now Panda, the target of choice for Tofu and Celery, has the Fate's Edict on him, so protected against the magic damage, while Picard and Smile chasing Quinn now. The Bat Rider gets turned on. This fight is dragging out forever as another Chrono from Picard. Straight onto the Tiny and Ursa. Edge left jump, so the damage is lacking, and EG, they've done it now. Holding their high ground, coming out to play into the southern jungle and finding the Enchantress. A Yule to Matthew finds a bonus target. Celery's Rubik trying to flicker away, but doesn't get any distance. So Whisper. The additional bonus from the Halberd on ranged heroes.
Enchantress getting very close to her level 25.
Blink initiation. Ursa gets lifted and forced out away. Ace gets the attendants out, points back, but Picard just keeps on chasing. Chrono's up the Enchantress now. Looking to blow up Ace. There is buyback available, and of course, Ace in the hands of the Ursa still. DP caught inside that Chrono along with Whisper, unable to keep giving chase. Trying to blink and Timber Chain across. Might be able to get a catch with the side device. What is that? Is that flamethrower stolen by Rubik? Gets up to the high ground, away we head. Lots of expenditure here from EG. Chrono, Exo, still wanting to find more, but a little lasso, Bat Rider.
That's another one.
Goes for the double lasso on the Faceless Void as Celery annihilated by Matthew and the Timber Saw in the back line. Comes with a double damage rune as well, and he walks straight into the middle of them. Lincoln's popped. He does get Scythe. Ursa on him. The backup there from the Oracle. False Promise and the big Chrono. Bat Rider caught up in it. Quinn being battered into the ground. Dead for 2 minutes. Ace might be found as well, but they're going to go for the backlines. Rubik being destroyed by Pekka's Faceless Void. Time walks back in, looks for Ace, reverses it, rewinds, backs away. As Tofu splits the fight, multiple directions. Pekka's and Whisper find Duratio under the smoke screen, can't do anything, caught up and killed.
They're constantly disarmed both of the cores of Gaming Gladiator.
They can't do
Cannot deal
anything.
damage.
Duratio finally gets to open up onto a target and he slept. He's hexed. Control for days on end. There's no end in sight, just being blown up and controlled everywhere. Duratio gets tossed across to the Oracle, but Panda, even has to disarm his own, gets the baiting down and the damage is down. Whisper with a double kill. Well, Ace
By Pathrider. This can't be correct. Like that's one stick in a palm and then maybe like some Firefly damage, and EG's wanna close this one out. There are no buybacks available. This is game, Gary.
Yeah, looks like it. They'll try and glyph. Maybe Ace can sproik his way to a base defense. But it looks like EG have got this one in the bag now. A very close fought game one. Very tight battles. And it looked like Gaming Gladiators using their windows to perfection. But EG with these Chronospheres, the late game protection of the false promise out of Oracle, and the itemization, hexing, darting, halberding, so much annoyance that Edge can't do a damn thing. She spends half the game in the sky.
Disarmed again.
Disarmed damage more. And GG is cold. EG take game one.
They disarmed the Enchantress. Mech on Io. There's gonna be a lot of sustain, and this.
Radiant's middle
They want this first blood. They want Ace.
Go in on them with a rebound, catching profit. Damage from the TA and first blood grabbed by Pekka. Come towards the top room spot and find a DD. Tofu faster with the fingers as Whisper has just solo killed Duratio.
Oh no, I was watching this top rune.
And Matthew, yeah, fighting with Panda and Sea-Smile. Now he lands a stun, catches Tusk unaware.
What a disastrous spot. Like I'm not sure why you're even stuck
Whisper!
there.
Radiant's
Tofu on his
top
own
tower
couldn't do
is
too
under
much.
attack.
Maybe with Quinn arriving now. Out down the tag team, plenty of damage. Disposed though, stops Quinn's movement forward. This is all while Pekka's continues to get free farm and even goes for the solo kill. Ace close to death and he gets finished off. Sea-Smile taking large camp stacks. Might get jumped on here with a snowball, but the swashbuckle misses. Walrus Punch connects and the roll of thunder inside the shards gets them the kill. Now EG wanting to answer the aggression. Onslaught and Trample, finding Tofu. Tusk is pulverized.
13 and a half minutes into the game.
Could be nasty. Whisper. He's in a 1v2 situation, going straight for Celery. See if he can... no tether available for him. EG starting to swarm. 3 heroes heading down to that bottom jungle. Matthew is alone for now, and that Wrath of Nature. Every 2 minutes he's got a new item. Dragonlance, Desso's Blink. Rebound in from Matthew. Drag back Tofu. So his Blink will be a little delayed now as they go for yet another objective. Even trying to collapse on the enemy Ancient's high ground, looking for Celery. Finds his target. Ace. There we go with a stun connecting. Matthew's in. Control the profit. Got the trample damage. Snowball will delay the death of the Tusk here. Take a little while longer for them to kill him off, but eventually he will fall.
He wants to be able to pick that one up, get a shard, most likely as his next item. Troll getting caught.
Yeah, they've got the snowball shade. Let's see if EG can control the troll, but handing, 300 gold over to the IO, in fact. That's Quinn. Trying to shield crash his way out of this. Whisper will still have the pulverizer. Melt strike, there it is. One hit kill. They come in with a troll, Celery, tethered up to Duratio, focusing onto Matthew, killing off the Marcy, while Panda and Whisper holding the line. Pekka's wanting to run away from this, doesn't want to battle into Gaming Gladiators anymore. Thinks about it though, jumps forward and kills the troll. Waited and bided his time. Looks for Tofu now, a few more swipes out of this Deso. TA is going to find multiple kills. A mega kill for him so far, and he wants to go live grab for a double.
Your towers are gonna die. Where's the follow-up?
She's not coming, is it? Sea-Smile with Whisper. They're on top of this IO, pulverizing Celery, looking to finish him off, and they'll get the job done. And now Quinn, he's got one shield crash, but the damage from Pekka is just
not enough.
Welcome back, everyone. Here we are continuing the broadcast for the Eastern Europe BPC, and we're getting close to the end of Tour 2. Trent, and a pretty strong match here between Team Spirit and Virtus.Pro to try and find out who wiggles up the table.
Dude, the tables are messy all over the place. I've been keeping an eye on Western Europe as well, because I mean we're in a similar situation to last season we were just discussing before we came live. about how last season it was Team Spirit and Bet Boom, and we were like, oh, they're going to fight it at the end, undefeated records. We have that again now with Team Spirit and Hellraisers. Now, Hellraisers, obviously, if you guys were just watching, hot in the corner there, you know.
A little spooky.
Virtus.Pro's Team Spirit.
I mean, I always knew they'd win.
Oh,
but
yes.
the two of us almost there. So we've got like a top-heavy table. Man, I was looking over that Western Europe table. Whoo, they don't know what the hell's going on. They got 4 slots. They still can't figure out what's going to happen with the rest of these teams right now.
Every team wants to make it to the major. Come on, just give us one of those juicy slots. But yeah, right now, Hellraisers are guaranteed to the major. Team Spirit need the victory here to guarantee that, and of course, have that match between them in a couple of days to find out who drops the series, because currently HR 6-0, Team Spirit 5-0, and VP still kind of lagging behind in terms of how many series they've played. This will be their 5th, having played 4 already, currently sat at 2-2. So there's still a chance for them with, what, 3 series remaining to actually go up and steal like 3rd place from Bet Boom. You know, leap over One Move and Hydra, because they've got games in hand.
And most specifically, it's this match. This is the most important match for Virtus.Pro that's left, since it is Hydra and Na'Vi that they have left to play. This is the one that Virtus.Pro really need to win. And if they win, it is the pain onto Team Spirit they could be inflicted, because if they win this, theoretically, they can even get into tiebreakers with Team Spirit, depending on how the rest of these matches go. And then there's a world where Team Spirit doesn't even make it to the major.
Really?
If Virtus.Pro beats them here, then wins out their games, then we'd be into likely tiebreakers between Bet Boom, Spirit, and Virtus.Pro.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
It all starts from here. This is where the chain reaction can begin to get the win.
And it's all in the hands of Virtus.Pro. I mean, they've definitely been improving and looking very solid. You know, FNG captaining them, Squadix probably star player on their squad, but everyone's been pulling their weight on VP. Going up against Team Spirit in that, it's not a do or die match, but it kind of is the start of the journey towards the major, or just trying to keep yourselves in Div 1. It's all going to be about that tempo and momentum, as we've seen from VP. Kiritich on this Nature's Prophet, still flexible to be handed over to Natus, but that's a hero in its own right that gives the ability to play the map very wide, while Team Spirit, Ench, and Primal Beast, 2 very fast-paced heroes themselves.
Ench is picking up steam kind of everywhere. I feel like we weren't seeing her too much. Now, I hear that China is really into the Ench. I heard some discussions about that. I haven't got to see too many of the matches, but it seems like they're really pulling for the hero. And, I mean, from what we've seen, feels pretty strong, obviously. Like, there's not many heroes currently abusing those creeps outside of the Helm heroes. Like, we're not getting a lot of Chen these days. So we just kind of have Ench deciding, like, you know, creeps have been buffed a lot, guys, so maybe we should keep using them.
Yeah, we can't have Broodmother, we'll have Ench instead.
Yeah, there you go.
Profit with his treants as well, just making little armies of stuff running around. Second phase of ban is going to come out and try and cover some of these heroes. Zeus one's an interesting one for me, though. Is that an indication of a mid laner they want to go for, or like a Terrorblade or something? I
was going to say, like Terrorblade is definitely the one that pops to mind, I think.
Drought and Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Meteor Hammer heroes, I think, really hate
10
Zeus.
seconds remaining.
I noticed that, true. You know, those ODs, you know, every time we have OD, there's always a Zeus there plinking away.
Lightning Bolt.
Stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Lightning Bolt, yeah, that's true.
I'm actually seeing Ench is the most picked hero in China. Wow. 23 games, only 9 bans. So she is someone who gets through every phase pretty much and will get picked up right now. That's wild. I don't think we're even close to that.
10 seconds remaining.
It feels like a hero that almost guarantees you a lane win.
5
and if it's put in the offlane as a 4, that means your lane win is against the enemy carry. So it kind of has that domino effect of like, hey, we win our offlane, enemy carry sad, they're in the jungle, now we invade.
I mean, I say that Ench is actually almost as many picks here. She's 4th most picked here. I guess she's just kind of been hanging out. Maybe I'm just underselling her. She definitely has a way worse win rate here, though. She's got like 60% win rate in China. Here she's got like 47% win rate.
Oh, no.
So maybe we should be watching some of those China Enches, see what's going on. Here, though,
10 seconds
you know, our most picked hero, this is so Eastern European. The most picked hero in our region is Disruptor. And
of course he is.
70% win rate.
Oh, yeah. That's first phase banned now.
Virtus.Pro
That's actually
turn
wild.
to pick.
I was surprised in the previous series they let Solo get Disruptor so many times. Like, what, 2 of the 3 games he was playing Disruptor? You don't let that man have it. You do not let him have it.
We also had a really fun couple of series with Clockwork here. I was watching the Ordu Thunder games as well,
remaining.
with both their support players playing the Clockwork to like insane
5
degrees
seconds remaining.
in their series either yesterday or 2 days ago. I was keeping an eye on too. So, you know, Clockwork's still strong. Obviously, we're big fans of the Toronto Tokyo Clockwork. He's not on Team Spirit anymore, guys. But he's not going to be hanging out here with Virtus.Pro and Team Spirit as they bring out the Clockwork. But so happy to see the Boots of Bearing as their
Team
buff plus the X
Spirit's
build.
turn to pick.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that's why? Because Clockwork was such a prominent hero, you know, thinking back a year and a half until like 3 months ago, where he just dropped off the face of the map, wasn't really seeing play at the major. Why did he have that lull and then come back?
I think
10
people,
seconds
I assume,
remaining.
just felt like the lack of ranged carries. Like we kind of moved more towards.
5
I feel like
seconds
we had like an
remaining.
Ursa phase where there was a lot of like Ursas and Slarks, and so Clockwork wasn't as tempting. And now we're moving back towards ranged carries. I feel like the more games I'm casting now, I'm seeing more of these Terrorblades, and there's more Drows happening. And so Clockwork suddenly is reappearing. Obviously, with a Nature's Prophet, it's a very strong potential lane together.
So everyone was like
Team
practicing spamming
Spirit's
Lena
turn to
after
pick.
Watson showed it off like 9 months
Yeah.
ago, a year ago, and then the hero gets nerfed, and now people are kind of practicing back into the range carries. Like, oh, we've had a few games on Drow Ranger now. Let's see this Clockwork in action.
Well,
Virtus.Pro's
back.
turn to pick.
Yeah, and a Snapfire. So what does that tell us? Engine Snap is still flexible across the rolls, and there's also the chance for lull mid-snap, right?
yeah.
Every one of those heroes outside of AM is flexible. So kind of difficult to get a
10
read on the lane
seconds
setup
remaining.
from Spirit.
Yeah, I think it's extremely likely that it's Collapse on the
5
Primal Beast, because it's like his big
seconds
hero. I think it's most likely they put the Ench with the Primal Beast and the Snap with the Anti-Mage, but that obviously can vary. I think Mira's obviously like the best Snap player. I think like if I could just pick where I want the setups, I kind of like the Ench with the AM and the Snap with Primal Beast. Yeah, what am I talking about?
Yeah.
Go Snap Primal Beast. Just do Cookie into Trample.
Turn to back.
Okay. Adding a bit more control against the AM makes a lot of sense. So now you've got like Sprout or Cogs into Arrow, Dream Coil, into the potential follow through from like a hook shot. Sprout talent against the AM is always going to be handy.
10
So you now
seconds
have this kind of back and forth between the Nature's Prophet and AM, where it would have been late
5
game Anti-Mage just
seconds
crushes him. There is some potential for outplay there now.
Mm-hmm.
And heading into this last phase, we need what? Potential offlaner or safe laner for Virtus.Pro. Where do you like the Nature's Prophet to go?
I thought
we used to see
one,
this,
but now I
like-
kind of want to go faster.
Yeah, with the Ags build, having a root against these heroes feels real nice. Like, my
Yeah.
brain first went to the old Orchid build. You know, the old Nature's Prophet, Orchid Rush against the AM that we used to have. But I guess the Ags are just better than that nowadays.
I would think so. Yeah, I feel like the three.
Virtus.Pro's turn to
Unless they
back.
have some like Beastmaster, I guess. Like if I could get a Beastmaster 3 with the Mirana, Nature's Prophet 1, that style could be pretty solid.
Yeah, I guess it's like laning with the Mirana that's not the issue, but the challenge, I guess, to get your lane locked in place. Like Fury and Mirana's whatever.
Yeah.
Having some kind of melee
5
hero.
seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
Beastmaster, Centaur.
They could also get a little crazy, go like
Team Spirit's
Tide or like
turn to
Slardar.
ban.
Oh man, that's Slardar, yeah.
Give me
Who wa-
Slardar, honestly. Bring it back.
It was HR, right? That ran the Slardar against. Was it the VP AM? Was it
might
HR
have
against
been.
VP?
Don't
It
recall.
was, yeah. It was HR. Miero Slardar against the
10
Curative
seconds
Anti-Mage.
remaining.
So they know that's been done to them already. Maybe they'll turn it around
Yeah.
and swing it against Team Spirit.
I mean, it's definitely doable with Mirana. Between the Bash and the Crush, you can certainly set up for arrows.
Kind of feels like that hero where you need a specific kind of player. You need your
Virtus.Pro's
Amar
turn to ban.
kind of player, whereas
Yeah.
a carry Slardar, basically.
The coward's way out is Legion Commander. You just do that instead. You know, that's like every offlaner has gone through a phase. You know, it's like they dyed their hair, they painted their nails, and they played Legion Commander. It's just, you know, they wanted to see how it felt. They just want to try it out. You know, it's like, yeah, I like this. This feels good. That's Legion.
Have you ever dyed your hair? What was your phase?
Actually. I didn't. I don't know. I'm not very good at phases.
Oh, no piercings.
Clearly, I needed to experiment more.
No tattoos, no piercings.
My phases were RuneScapes.
Oh, right.
I just played RuneScape. That was my phase.
I made the mistake. What was I, 16 years old? You know, I'm very pale skin. I'm ginger, right? I dyed my hair black. That was
good on you, honestly. I'm impressed.
But it wasn't just black.
I
It was
needed
black
more
with
of that in my life.
it was a black with a blue tint. It was a blue tinted black. It was, you know, full on like My Chemical Romance emo phase.
See, that's hype. I was way too cowardly to do that.
And the
no chance.
I had the lip piercing, or the between the lip and the chin.
Damn, you were cool. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, immediately my school was like, yeah, nah, you have to cover that up immediately and get it taken out. Very conservative school.
Could you stop, please, rebelling against the establishment? I need you to relax, Gary.
Damn it. Unfortunately, that piercing healed up at the back and was stuck in my lip for about 3 months. Anyway, Tiny last pick. Where is he heading? Mid lane for Lal, I guess?
Yeah, classic counter pick to the puck. Feels pretty good.
Yeah, that's nice. And the last pick for VP. What do we want to see?
I think the Slardar looks a bit tough.
I just want an aura buyer, honestly, at this point.
You want tied it up? Oh, that's so bad versus Anti-Mage, though.
Centaur. Centaur Mirana, strong lane.
So bad. Feels kind of ugly. All right.
What does Centaur buy nowadays? Vanguard into Blink?
I think you can kind of do whatever. What does this hero care about, you know?
I guess he needs a hood against Tiny Snap, Primal Beast. He can still buy auras, but...
Yeah, I think he prefers, like, Pipe, you know? Pipe's kind of his aura. You know? He doesn't like those Greaves builds. Hard to make that one work on the hero, I think.
This is where we'll see it. It'll come out.
Yeah. Meteor Hammer has been popping off a little bit.
Oh, on the Centaur? Yeah, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But it looks like it's mostly a, like, oh, I'm getting away with it style. Not everyone's spamming it. Most people, according to our good friends there at Dota.Pro Tracker, are still just rocking Vanguard Blink.
Okay. I guess with, like, Cogs, Arrow, Coil, maybe you can get away with the Meteor Hammer. And game 1 draft's done. We'll take a quick break to see a few words from our sponsor EGB before we start. An important match between the two Team Spirit, and like we were saying before, Team Spirit currently undefeated in terms of series. They want this victory to tie things up with Hellraisers at the top of the table, and Virtus.Pro with plenty of games in hand, trying to get themselves up that leaderboard and maybe sneak their way to the major, depending on other results and how things go in the future, with Bad Boom and Team Spirit still looking for their slots as well.
Face of intensity here on Team Spirit.
Yeah, Yatro's leaning into it.
Oh yeah, he's got that forehead cam going on. He's like got the hair pulled back. He's like, you guys can watch this, nothing else. I am gaming.
I wonder how close to his monitor he is. You've seen all those CSGO players, right? With a monitor like 3 centimeters from their face, keyboard slanted.
Actually, must do something. Because they all go for it.
Yeah, I mean, Miposhka is one of the keyboard tilters, right? He has the 90-degree keyboard angle and the monitor turned as well.
Land cafe, was he?
Yeah.
Seconds to
Make the most of the limited room you've got.
Yeah, those puny desks. My favorite thing about going to like any of the LAN cafes in C was when it had like a living room chair. It was like it's not like an office chair. Yeah, well sometimes they would have like these like I don't even know how to describe it, almost like a lazy boy kind of chair.
It's an armchair.
Yeah, it's like an armchair. And you're like, how do you play Dota on this? Like half of them got the keyboard on their lap, some of them are sitting sideways with the keyboard and their mouse on it. I'm like, y'all, you guys are wild.
I know a bunch of people who used to bring their own pillow to LAN cafes. For that reason, yeah. You bring your own pillow, a couple of girls we used to play with used to bring blankets and stuff because every LAN cafe is, you know, freezing cold. They've got the AC at like 16 degrees or something Celsius.
Scent control at that point, you know. Well, a lot of gaming going on. We all know what happens there. It gets a bit rough in the room, you know.
Yeah, especially like a lot of LAN cafes have a little, I don't know, cafe or something, or at least somewhere to buy, you know, like instant ramen. You've got people boiling ramen, and all the stink from that comes out as well.
Just gaming, you know. Everyone's just trying to get their game on here. The lanes, looks like things are just, yeah, where you'd expect. Funny, Mira, I feel like, was one of the players who first really made Snapfire look super broken and flexed off to the point of just like, wow, this is like an incredible support hero. When you make the most of the cookies, it's just ridiculous. And then I feel like for a while he wasn't really playing her that much. It wasn't like all kinds of Mira Snapfire all over the place, but every time that it comes back out, I still think back like TI-10.
Yeah, I think he's one of the players that was most upset about the shard change because he was so good with that Scatterblast stun, buying Blink reasonably early on, just jumping and catching people. Collapse, not too happy with the trade with FNG, trying to drag the wave. Oh no, he doesn't succeed either. The creeps are just like, oh yeah, you've disappeared into fog for half a second, we've forgotten where you've gone.
That was a really nice battery cell for FNG. I mean, we thought about this a lot lately with these clockworks, but how important it is at level 1 to ensure getting the most value, and that was like one of the best battery cells you're ever going to see. Dodges the scatter blast. Yeah, get in their face, FNG.
Outmaneuvering them at every turn. In that mid lane, you mentioned Tiny the counter to puck.
Yeah, I mean, you just have way more right-click damage. You kind of have like your guaranteed last hits with the tree grab. So you're just chilling. And up top here, you can see we have the Centaur Mirana. Nice arrow. I mean, you can argue if that was intentional. I think he's just throwing it like, hey, I'm either going to hit Yato or I'm getting the range creep. So that's a win-win situation right there.
Yeah, it's like
as long as they eventually
nice
get
arrow,
it.
A nice block from AM.
Yeah. Bit of a both ways situation.
How much damage is it? Max 180, minimum 60. Yeah, probably worth it for the AM just to tank, you know, like 90 damage there or something, just to make sure range creep isn't completely secured.
Yeah. But then she just does it again because, you know, she turns out she doesn't actually run out of them that easily.
Infinite arrows. Quiver's full. And it's not just the clockwork, it's clock plus treants that are incredibly annoying in this bottom lane. Mira and Collapse definitely having a few difficulties finding their position and angle of attack. And the wave continually pressuring in towards VP's tower, so a little difficult here to catch the Nature's Prophet as he just sits bodyguarded by several units in front of him. And Kiritich even going for early boots.
Yeah, I think that's because of the Primal Beast. Just because I think like this is a pretty good matchup, I would say usually. The Clockwork's helping a ton to reduce the impact of Collapse, but overall, like, you don't get any safety from like Sprout, like cute little Sprout plays or whatever. He just tramples on all the units between his Q and his W, so there is some ability to like pick up treants. And if he decides to kill you, like if they have the strength, he can just do it. You cannot do anything with Dangerous Prophet once he starts on you. So I think the boost is a good idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to decipher the rest of his build on Good Cookie. Gets Collapse out of dodge. Yeah, trying to decipher the rest of Kiritich's build that he has queued up already. So Treads, Magic Wand, Hand of Midas. Then there's a double Mithril Hammer there and he has a Blightstone in his inventory. And I'm wondering if he's thinking about Deso?
It could be good this game.
He's the AM, right?
Yeah, versus the AM, versus the pacing that they want to go for. They're really bad at doing Roche. That would help a lot. Just like, I think that's a solid item for the tempo they want to go for.
So the Midas kind of replaces the Maelstrom farming tool, and then the Deso just comes out as your big damage item, yeah. Oh, I really want to see if he goes for it. Yeah, and then now he's bought that Robe of the Magi. It's definitely Deso into BKB after. It's going to be cool if it pays off and if he commits to it.
Certainly a very specific timing that he's going for here. And, you know, outside of that, it's not like the game's over if they don't take a big lead necessarily, but obviously when you're going like Midas into Deso, it's not going to be the same pacing, especially versus someone like an Animage who clearly, like, I think they know, like, Yato doesn't die this game. They keep the map in a somewhat stable position. They're going to be feeling extremely strong heading to the late game.
Yeah, and Yatoro not falling into that Radiance trap that's been set by plenty of pub players. Going for the Battle Fury after what looks like the Vanguard rush. So we'll disassemble Vanguard into the B Fury a bit later on. And there's, yeah, so many players have got all of their items quick buyed. Noticed Vanguard phase boots. Oh, sad. He had another ring of health there, and I was looking, thinking maybe a Meteor Hammer. They're just going to go like Vanguard pipe, it looks like, on the Centaur.
A boring lane. Vanguard AM versus Vanguard Centaur. The supports are just gone. Like,
Yeah.
they're just, yeah, whatever.
And
Get
just
me
farming
out.
jungle. Marauder's farming jungle.
Yeah, that's true, actually. It is Ench and Murata, so they're kind of happy about this situation. That both of them can get something. Ooh, Sage. Oh, look at that career. Oh, it was so full, too.
Radiant Observer.
Sage even... Yeah, he saw him on the ward, but he couldn't go get it.
Now with a coil. Attempted Hurricane. Almost good from Imposhka. First blood for Squad X.
Duly noted.
And the Wild Wing going to get arrowed down in a second.
Is it?
Down
Or
the
is he
bottom.
missed?
FNG dying. Tramples there.
Killing
A final swipe from the Primal Beast. Does get a kill. 1-1. Did the
Yeah, I
Wild
know
Wing
you-
die?
Yes, I'll let you guys know. After a lot of juking left and right, Sage was doing like 360s with the Wild Wing like dancing all over the place, and eventually he threw the arrow, and he did get it.
He was using the juke spot in the Roche pit as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he tried his best.
He's trying to fog himself. FNG is going to come mid, refill bottle, but there's a lot of dire heroes here. Squad X with a DD rune going. And just keep your eyes on Mira and Miposhka though. Trying to swing into mid off the back of a tiny combo. Potential to kill the puck there for sure. Law started off. Cookie's good. The damage comes. Beautifully executed by Team Spirit. That really was wonderful.
Oh,
That's not supposed to happen necessarily for a puck, you know. You're kind of thinking, I'm kind of safe. You know, I'm waiting to do something in the other lanes. I'm going to show up over there. No one's going to come pressure me because it's pointless because I'm puck. That's the best thing you can do as Team Spirit. Puck gets a little bit lax there, feeling safe. And now Laurel, top of his team, but there are still 3 Radiant heroes above them. And there he goes. Now he will leapfrog over that puck if she's in the grave.
Yeah, and it feels like that's the kind of thing that needs to happen for Spirit with their side lanes. No, they're not doing poorly. It's just the Radiant are edging out these little advantages. Oh, Yatoro. Okay, TP's out from that top lane. But this is the tempo that you were mentioning. Nature's Prophet. Level 6, he's already up top, killing tier 1. And you don't have that same kind of move that Team Spirit can make.
No, this is yeah, that is an interesting thing about this like Tiny and Animage, because the Tiny's really solid versus the puck, but in terms of like power pressure, not gonna see that at all. Like if you have like a DK, then you also get a counter to the puck, but then you have this ability to actually pressure towers.
I am a big fan of this.
Dead.
Oh, is he? Yeah. Goes a little bit too deep down bottom. FNG claims his life. Big fan of Tiny's build though. Phase boots into Blink, the Dark Margot special. We've seen a fair bit of GPK Tiny going for the Treads, Blink, Echo Saber, but I enjoy this so much more when you know that Tiny is the entirety of your first 15 minutes of gameplay. You know?
We too did
The kill edge,
but
whatever.
in the end she tired.
But Lal, he knows that the weight of this game is pretty much on his shoulders.
So much is going to come down to that Blink timing. What he can get done from there, and Collapse just not having a great time. Like this clock was holding the lane for a while, and now Kiradage is back down here. Collapse, he is starting to get into some bigger damage. 3 points into the trample, a couple points into onslaught. Yeah, I was doing the map the other day with like target dummy and stuff. You know how much damage you can do at like level 8 with the Primal Beast?
Like
1,400. Yeah, it's like 1,400 to 1,500 damage. It is crazy. Like with resistance and like 4 armor.
He's dying though. You can't do damage when you're dead.
Now your treat.
This is even pre-level 6 on FNG. No need for hook shots, just battery assault. And the attendance of the Nature's Prophet, who's going to have his hand of Midas very shortly.
These Treants have just been owning him all game. It's not just as simple as it being a counter pick, I wouldn't say, with the Clockwork and the Nature's Prophet. It comes down to, again, the level 1 of FNG was massive. But the constant body blocking here is these coils. I've never seen so many snap coils this early in a game.
Yeah, they're all on supports. Like you killed Ench twice, now a snap fire. Lal getting stampeded on, and a good call from FNG. Lal has to toss him back, and a tanky Tiny with plenty of 1 charges. Not too bothered about the aggression that came from VP there. Potential for a kill on FNG, but he kills off the Hellbear. before they can get the job done. Now Collapse arriving. Sayush has no more leaps, so this trample is going to take the Marauder down, especially when the Tiny chucks some pebbles at you.
Oh, FG underward.
Oh, no. He's trapped inside the cage with a big old dino. That's not where you want to be. And now Puck probably just going to have to all the way, attempting the takedown on Mira's Snapfire.
He could try for this.
He's going. Onslaught dodged by the phase shift. Tramples there. Squad X, another orb's ready, but he's got the pulverize to finish off the Puck. A double kill for Collapse, recovering his game. And in the meantime, they got to kill top. Lal and Miposhka, they connect with the Arturo's AM to take down Centaur.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
All right, a bit of a crumble here. All from Collapse moving to that mid lane. After, I think this all started when they did that Stampede and they tried to go on Tiny. I think trying to pressure Laryl there was a big mistake from Virtus.Pro. Like, they had just used the coil. They didn't quite have hook shot yet. There was no way they were going to kill that Tiny.
Yeah, they didn't have that.
All just suffered from that.
He didn't have that Furion with him. And now he comes top into a lane which he can't really push. Just going to have to dip back into the Ancients.
And they're scanning the tower right now. Collapse is like, can I please push this now?
Please, let me go forward. I wonder how important these 2 Darobs was for that play. Like, okay, maybe over eagerness from VP, but the fact that Spirit saw everything behind that mid lane probably made it much easier for them to keep playing in that mid tier 1 vicinity.
100%. I mean, that's how he hunted down FNG, and that's how he had the knowledge for the chase down after. As Kiritich,
that's huge.
Nice.
Take him down. A kill for Yatoro gets him that little closer to Battle Fury. Take out the Ancients as well. And I think there's a ward up there, but it's a little deeper.
I might actually get full duration at this point with a minute still left on it here.
Radiant's middle tower
Feels like that past couple of minutes, pivotal kind of combo breaker against VP, who were really picking up steam. Now you've delayed the progression of the Natus Prophet by quite a hefty amount. He's still top of the net worth, but he could be even bigger. Collapse, 5,500 net worth. After not a bad laning stage, but not a great one by any means. Now more than recovered.
Oh, dude, Natus has no right being alive. That was crazy. They set the cookie in for the AM. He blinks. The cookie keeps chasing and following. Notice sees it coming. Shoots back the correct direction. Doesn't get stopped by the centaur. I don't know if that's mostly his skill or Miposhka just messing up for a second there. And then dodges enough kisses to just live. And now he is blinking the smoke right now with hook shot available and dream coils. But this is the turnaround play need. Need more help though. Oh yeah, there we go.
Good enough. After the Nature bounced across the entire map. And a blink debut gets him to kill by Tiny, and immediately onto that tier 1 mid. Maybe now a chance for Collapse to push the tower bottom.
Dire's middle tower.
Your objectives die so quickly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And FNG still playing down that bottom lane. He was eyeing up an attempt to start things off on Collapse. Bringing Natus and Sayush down here as well.
Has been denied.
Collapse is pretty...
It's just the Claymore coming out as well for Yatoro.
Oh,
I can see obviously the Ring of Hell too, but...
Cookie out, but into the central stop. And VP, 4 heroes out of the woodwork into that bottom lane. Team Spirit, the coil onto Mira now as well. Easy setup for the arrow. And a double kill for Squad X. It's a bit of room for Yatoro, like you're saying. He feels a bit behind. He needs that Battle Fury as quickly as possible. This is the story of the game for Team Spirit: is make space for the anti-mage wherever you possibly can.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're just ignoring Miposhka.
Kill the stacks instead.
Wait till their spells are back here. The hood now available here for Natus though, so linking in and feeling a lot more powerful.
Marauder mech soon as well.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty nice. Sayush taunts his way around the map, I see. Very good. Got a deep ward, getting up that dire secret shop down here, as well as anyone who wants to try and pressure bottom because they believe the tower is down mid though.
Oh, FNG blown up by Collapse, but Lol trapped in the Sprout.
Get up.
The explosive nature of VP's lineup, just counteracting Team Spirit's moves. Noticed with the hood, surviving through the kisses, infinite shot to land him, but not enough to kill him. And Kiritich with that Deso, already up to a couple of stacks. Feeling good. And it's a Nature's Prophet right now. Wherever Team Spirit go, you're playing this 4 protect 1 kind of lineup, and there's 5 members of VP defeating you in these situations every time you show. I think that's why now Collapse maybe having an idea to play up top behind the AM. Yatoro, he says, screw that, I'm farming bottom now.
And that's what that ward's for, though. Like, this ward is going to be really important to know if Yatoro is trying to move into their jungle at all.
Ramble top of Kiritich. I don't know if he survives this. Collapse will trade his life for the profits.
I think he bought out. So, yeah, I think he just gained a lot of gold doing that. Not bad.
And getting one step closer to BKB. It does give the puck the blink, though, with the cross kill.
Is this a kill?
On the AM. Arrow. Oh, the melee creep tanks it. So unfortunate for VP.
I don't know. Even if they hit the arrow, do you think he dies?
Probably
like,
not.
With the hookshot follow? Yeah, I don't know. Like, he's got 4 points counterspell.
They need Nature's Prophet there for the physical damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But because of his survival there, Yatoro finishes off his Battle Fury. Just a quick disassemble on the Vanguard away from it. And that's where the real game begins. And really where VP have to put their foot down. Some actual map control, because currently they've just been reacting to Team Spirit's moves. They've not really played forward into top jungle. Haven't had an attempt into enemy ancients. I see Yatoro again down bottom, smoking towards him with 3.
What have we did?
Alright, so they need the TP. It is available. They're hoping he comes towards Ancients. He is indeed. Alright, here we go.
The game sense.
Oh,
Oh, does he know? I think he knows something's up. Mira, he sees the clockwork and Lol takes him down. Now it's Team Spirit's turn to react. It's like a good idea from VP, but it's one of those things where you can kind of hear the clock ticking in their heads, right? We need to deal with this AM. He's getting too big. He's got his Battle Fury. We need to do something.
he's rebuilt the Vanguard. It has returned.
Oh, really? I guess you're going Abyssal later, so
yeah, he's
makes sense.
Just trying to stay alive.
Even scanning there. Turns red on Kiritich. Ooh, their Spirit are bringing a number of heroes down here. They're expecting the go on AM again.
I think when they... You think they rush?
Where is Tiny? Down bottom?
Yeah, like they see him on the ward.
Okay.
I guess maybe they feel like they're too slow. I don't know. I feel like that could actually be kind of a play here, but...
So yeah, they see 3 bottom. This is where you just want to take a high ground and find a pick, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they spotted Collapse. Misses the hook shot, though. And now Collapse knows they're coming. He's got BKB onslaught. He's just going to snap the coil. That allows Natus to get on top. Collapse. BKB's now. Onslaught trample away. Goes for the TP home, and he's fine. That means now no attempt for Roche for VP. And Mira playing with the Mirana in the mid lane. Great cookie into Scatterblast. Sayers on his toes.
Radiant's bottom tower
lurking.
is under attack.
Doesn't go for it, though. FNG was drawing some wild lines on the map, though. He wanted to do like a massive wraparound, go into their Ancients.
I can't help
holding territory.
I can't help but think how different this game would have been if that fight around mid where they stampeded and went a bit too deep on Tiny just hadn't been a play they made, and they took map control, they pressured the AM. Right now, VP, a lot of work to do, trying to catch up to Mira. Stampede, and the last double edge is there to finish him off, while an attempt on Miposhka. Damage not forthcoming fast enough. FNG missed the hook shot again. Turned around on half health after the Tiny combo. That cuts things short. And again, you know, Team Spirit pretty happy just losing a Snapfire if the AM can have another 2-3 minutes uncontested farm time. FNG's pinging Yatoro right now saying, hey guys, we're fighting mid, and the AM is just, he's getting huge.
All right, he's coming in again. Got the BKB on the Nature's Prophet, so.
Oh god, it pushed him out.
quite enough reach there from the squad. And now Larl has an echo as well, so the retaliation in terms of like if they spot these movements attempting to try and hunt down Yatoro, there's a big blow up available now from Larl.
FNG is keeping tabs on them. Spamming out the rocket flare, but Collapse bullying them all the way. Centaur pressuring tier 1. Well, the hook shot finally comes. FNG straight into the midst of them, but Collapse have turned with his BKB up. Lal chucks a bone at Kiritic. Prophet, shiny and golden himself, but struggling to actually hit anybody.
Oh, they're crumbling, Gary. They're crumbling big time.
They disengage and now go for the regoose. Back in onto the Prophet. BKB expended. There's the pulverize in with the kisses, and down goes your carry. Chase towards Noticed. Good covering fire from Mira. Needs the Centaur Stomp just to hold back the AM. Arrows there as well, but you've controlled the anti-mage while the rest of his team demolishes you one by one. They're all done. And Team Spirit in the driving seat. Looking real hot. 20 minutes into this game now.
Yeah, they need.
It all goes back to that play mid.
Yeah, they need.
Like actually,
it does.
Crazy how much they just lost all their momentum and like their direction and their concepts and ideas of how they were gonna play this game went out the window. And then they were just chasing this ghost of Anti-Mage.
Radiant's middle
he's there.
tower
He's
is under
over there.
attack.
He's killing creeps. Now he's over here. He's on the other. Everyone go. Run. They weren't able to just keep the momentum of attacking stationary targets because the Anti-Mage got too strong. So now they feel like they have to hunt Anti-Mage. They can't hunt Roche or tier 2s.
Yeah, while they're chasing the AM, it gave time for Collapse to get big, got his BKB. Tiny didn't really get touched. Lal 4-2 and 4, and heading very quickly into an Aghanim Scepter. It almost feels like an unwinnable game for VP at this point.
Yeah.
They're one of these drafts that's very good at catching someone and potentially killing them. But once they get to that threshold of, I am so tanky, you need multiple rounds of spells in a fight, right? Dota right now is about that back and forth of waiting for cooldowns, baiting BKBs, expending ultis. If you don't get the second round of initiation in, then it's going to come to a failure as they jump Lal. Shot, stomp, arrow, coil, every spell in the book chucked at him, but there comes Team Spirit. The cavalry arrives and collapses unnoticed. AM can't deal with Kiritic, he BKB TPs, but the rest of the squad is cannon fodder as Miposhka and Collapse are on top of Sayush. Another leap remains, trying to dodge out attacks, but Yaturo's there with a double kill. And Team Spirit now a 3k lead, potential for them to Roche. Just everything available to them. Basically, congrats, you killed Tiny. And then what?
Yeah. And Collapse.
Oh, Kiritic has no BKB.
And he knows.
Where's the rest of the team? I need help. Puck is coming. Collapse into 1v1, but the kisses pulverize. Blast down the Nature's Prophet and trying to go on Squadix there as well. I don't know if Mira saw the puck, but launched a few lava globs towards Squadix.
Also time for his patented double boot build here.
Oh, Yatoro. Notice Blink stomped. Yatoro dodges with a Manta.
Good.
Very skilled.
All right, well, upside, Laral's going for the eggs instead of the BKB on the earlier end. Thought maybe he might just because, like, how much damage Collapse is doing and how he's kind of the more vulnerable one in the fights, but they also don't really have the damage to chew through him. So he's fairly safe with the Agnums, I would say. But maybe that gives them an opportunity. They could, like, get a kill onto him and perhaps make their way towards Roche or something.
Look at that swap over there. Kiritic leading the entire game until, what, 20 odd minutes in. A swing back for the AM now, top of the net worth. He's going to have Basher in a second.
Yeah, and that safety of Kiritic goes out the window.
Oh, yes.
The Direward top sees Kiritic and Sayush both lurking up there. A long line drawn across the map from Yatoro saying, just hold the river. Let me do a bit of farming back in the Ancients. I can think about split pushing elsewhere as well. Let's give the AM all that safe farm on his side of the map. Get the pattern going. Farming algorithm has been activated.
Kiss the good dude, die young.
And the Poshka just going to die to 4 members of VP down in the bottom jungle. And a good little shot from FNG. Nice. Allowing the arrow to land. Kiritich with a forward TP claims the 2 support kills for Virtus.Pro. Another question raised of what next? Can't push a tower, can't Roshan. This is just respite from the aggression from Team Spirit. You can breathe for a few seconds before you know they're coming back straight towards you.
This ward up here, Laurel.
Radiant
Sees Kiritich. He's having some thoughts about this one, but there's also a Radiant ward that spots Laurel now, so Kiritich will know if he makes a rotation back over. They are gonna smoke. That could have been seen if they were paying attention, but it wasn't super obvious. I don't think Kiritich is paying attention.
Yeah, he doesn't know this is coming. Kiritich. Ping.
All right, he has BKB.
They feel something's coming. FNG, the target of choice. Try and blow up the clockwork. An easy one for Lal.
О, неплохо для старика.
Steal out the Ancients and now control over Radiant Triangle. He's control over Roshan.
I guess I'm saying he has BKB, like that's gonna help him versus Tree Volley. Like we're past that point, huh? You know?
Collapse just onslaughting towards anybody he can see. Kiritich does have a fair amount of backup here, though.
Dire's bottom
And as we so often see with Centaurs, this Vanguard Hood Blink build has stalled completely. Not really progressing too quickly forward. 10k net worth for him. Trying to get a heart next to tank up against this ridiculous amount of damage. But now you're going to be looking at an anti-mage with Aegis. Yatoro, he's online. He's ready.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Feels like they're making their way towards the uber late game, where they're just thinking, okay, well, our only hope is to split push like crazy with Puck, Nature's Prophet, and Mirana, and hope that we can cut enough waves that we drag this out to like level 25 Puck. Yeah. Sad, isn't it?
I just love the fact Yatoro farms the entire wave while FNG's stuck in the cogs dealing with the tree volley.
Structures are fortified.
He knew he was
Radiant
dead.
structures are fortified.
Home post, gets the ward down.
And they see the Centaur. Has to stampede. A little bit of a gap here away from Team Spirit. Lal has the avalanche tree volley into the Centaur and demolish him. And AM's hunting top as well. He knows the Squad X just orbed. Oh, there's Moonlight Shadow. A bit of safety for the Puck, at least for a few more seconds.
Run away.
Kiritich is even keeping up here, but
all under
sees
this
it all
ward.
coming.
Yeah.
Yatoro can't catch the Puck. Kiritich in the Shattered Blade invis gets away, but Yatoro maybe has a read on Squad X. Not going to find him. A little nook in the trees. Gives the safety to the Puck. Squad X just going to stay up there, maybe cut the next wave. Yeah, difficult game for VP. The lead just getting bigger for Team Spirit.
Here I am.
And you really worry about the damage output available to these Radiant heroes. Again, very good at stunning, disabling,
Radiant's top tower
catching a
is under
hero.
attack.
But in these long, drawn-out, getting bogged down in a fight that lasts more than 15 seconds, VP get outgunned completely.
All right, just break the anti-mage, guys. Silver Edge anti-mage, we have a chance.
Radiant's top tower is falling.
Oh, that was a nice play.
Squad X, good coil.
Radiant's
Lal is still
turret
hunting
has
for
been
him, though.
killed.
Avalanche toss in a sec. Ooh, doesn't quite find it. Blink ready now. He's waiting for the orb jaunt, and there's the move from Lal. Good patience from the Tiny.
I think I kind of got checkmated because of the pace rune, huh?
Definitely a
Made it a little bit
Dire's
tough to
bottom
really
tower
escape.
is under attack.
And Yatoro just walking towards opponents. Hello, Mirana.
First hit. He doesn't even play. Just goes immediately for the active.
Yeah, go for that Abyssal. What's the active? Overwhelm. Active
Yeah,
from
yes,
Abyssal
of
Blade.
course.
Yes, yes. What's the active from Diffusal Blade, Trent?
Inhibit.
Yes, we know that because there's no longer Purge, and we had to learn the new one.
Radiant's middle tower
That's right, I
is
used to know
under
them all.
attack.
Breeze is Mend, I know that one. What's Force now? Is it just push? Probably just push.
Radiant's
no
middle
idea.
tower
Force, of course.
is
It's called
falling.
Force. What else? Yeah. Tome is Enlighten. I always know that one.
Oh, that's cool.
That's about the end of my knowledge, though.
Pipe is barrier. Like pipe and hood are both barrier.
Probably.
Yeah. Abilities. Holy Locket, active, energy charge.
Of course.
Eon Disc, active, combo breaker.
I was gonna say, I think the Holy Locket is just the same as Magic Wand, right? Because it's also energy charge.
Oh, is it?
It's just the
Oh yeah, you're right.
build-up.
Radiant's
Makes
bottom
sense.
tower
Didn't know
is
that.
under attack.
It should be like holy charge, you know? Should give it something special.
Divine intervention.
Boom. There you go.
Pop a bit of heal on them.
Oh, this game has been trending downward for Virtus.Pro.
I'm sorry. One more before we finish. We round up this conversation. Revenant's Brooch, your favorite item. What's the active on that?
Oh, I got nothing.
Team Spirit on the run. Fight ends. Pushing bottom. Wait,
Under attack.
I had it clicked a second ago. Where's it gone? Phantom Province.
Province?
Phantom
Wow.
Province. I don't know what that means, but a cool.
Lock that away for your next Dota 2 trivia night, everybody, because that one's coming out for sure. That's the bonus round question.
Phantom Province. Dear Lord. A bit of PP for my big old item. Lol, tossing around the Centaur. Oh, he doesn't slam the tree volley on him. But Yatoro, he's killing off buildings. Nothing. Yeah, he sure does. Double damage, basically. He just jumps on Kiritich. Nearly finishes him off, forces an early BKB. And Yatoro is still full health with the rest of his team behind him. Jumps forward again. Yatoro and Lol aggressively. Two-man stomp into arrow combo. FNG's in with a hook shot as well. They'll kill off the Tiny, but in comes Collapse. Big mana void, and they're all dead now. VP in some serious trouble as they are herded back into their fountain like scared little sheep. Team Spirit breaking your base down one puff at a time.
I'm just surprised he didn't dive into the well with that butterfly. You know, I kind of thought that was the whole point of buying it this game. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, that can't be touched.
Radiant's middle
Anti-mage?
tower
What has he found?
Radiant's middle barracks
Nice
are
attempted
under
onslaught, not quite gonna hit the mark. They've got even more mobility to catch up to Squadex. Cookie, the Poshka comes, and then the Pulverize for the finishing touch. And it feels like now Kiritich and Squadex not buying back, they're close to calling it.
I hope at least one of you out there queued up into a Primal Beast game because of this. Because every time I watch Collapse, this hero looks like so much fun whenever he plays it.
Get the itch.
I do. Like, seeing it is just like, it reminds me of just like when you first start playing Dota and you find out what Spirit Breaker does. And you're like, wait, he just charges at them? Oh, the big stomp.
Huge. Monumental initiation from Natus. But where's the damage? And AM does drop to half HP and Yatoro blinks away. Rest of Spirit collapses in. Deep dive onto Kiritich with his BKB going. Nearly finishes the job. A few more hits will take him down. As noticed, a trade on the Primal Beast is decent. But you have no Nature's Prophet for 90 seconds. Your base is in disarray. And one lane separates Team Spirit from the Mega Creeps now.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's an FNG team, so they're not going to call early GG. They'll wait for one more team fight.
He might need a patch. He needs an update on that strat, I think.
Radiant's top
Let that one go, maybe. The Megas are here.
Yeah, and there it is.
Yeah.
That was the fight. A blink from Centaur ends it. It started out well from Virtus.Pro. The first, say 10 minutes looked pretty decent. And then that really, like we come back to one moment, one team fight, where it goes well, and then they push that a little bit too far. They overextend.
It's Cleaver time!
He has some really good counters in this game.
Whisper going to drag the remaining creeps back to the lane proper. Bit of damage onto Celery though. Has to fairy fire the double blink strike and Whisper with the first blood. Ooh, it starts off well.
Or are they Celery? Another blink strike's available.
Oh, you're right. Back in on top of the Rubik. Tricks of the trade and the final touch. There it is. Whisper with another kill, chaining away from Duraccio. And Whisper's the one with all the stacks on him, so Matthew will take a fair number of hits to kill him.
Yeah, he has
look like Ursa can.
7 Furious Swipe charges.
God Quinn down in the bottom rune spot. 3 seconds to go, and C-Smile deciding he wants to fight around this, forcing Tofu away. The Fortune's End is there, and in we go.
They took the rune away from Quinn, but in terms of first Exo, there's not going to be any damage dealt to a tower.
Whisper stuck behind this tier 1 top. Might be in a bit of trouble now. Yeah, getting ripped to shreds by the end.
Necessary to get Lasso going. If he's going to be farming the jungle, we'll put the next point in Firefly.
Attempting on Panda. Good damage from the Ench, and Tofu's Tiny secures the kill. Pakaz still level 5, trying to get the bashes onto Ace. C-Smile rotates. They'll look for this Enchantress kill in the tree. Yeah, Matthew lassoed up. Back right at the Chrono, in the Firefly still, focusing the Tiny. And Quinn, full HP to Duracio's health. Will get on top of Pakaz with some Fury Swipes in the overpower, but C-Smile tracking back to bully this Ursa. He doesn't have much left in the tank. Fortune's End flies out to try and...
Batrider is countered. He was supposed to be Chrono.
Yeah, straight on the edge. Pakaz needs a backup from DP and Timbersaw, but it's still a difficult target to bring down. The Avalanche looks good, but Ace still going to fall. Now Pakaz moves on the Tiny. Tofu in trouble. And Gaming Gladiator is going to cut their losses. Try and get Quinn out of danger. Cancel TPs down to bottom. And move away from here, but Whisper wants to keep on diving. You'll Scepter up, C-Smile catches. Whisper held down by the Death Prophet, and they'll dive behind this tier 2 tower. Yeah, smoke breaks, Panda knows. Spot the Tiny in the trees. Plant him up. Catch him out. EG bring Mage Slayer is next from Ace. Inside under his tier 1, Matthew spotted him. Timbersaw on top of the Ench, but the Nature's Attendant, tons of heal, and there's the Sproink, the Rainbow Impetus shot, launching out onto Matthew, nearly killing Ricky, but he gets off the tricks of the trade, while C-Smile in behind this tier 1. Diving Ace, the Chrono comes, Tofu and Ace both caught inside, and Whisper with the Chakra will finish it off yet another kill. Tofu down, and C-Smile is unstoppable. No Exo.
Smoke, no Chrono, no Exo.
We're going to play forward, sleep up the Batrider, but Matthew's the one to get blown up by Duraccio. Does have to use the Enrage to get behind his tower. Quinn wants back in though. C-Smile saves
that's big.
The false promise. Affects Void to get caught off through the control. Matthew going to start things off with a Sleeping Dart though. Straight onto Quinn and forcing his BKB early on. Half health for Batrider while C-Smile. Avalanche for now. Holding his BKB in the Yules. Now has to use it, but the Ursa's damage substantial against the DP, and EG are the ones who have to run. Pretty nice against all these spellcasters. Trying to catch out Whisper top lane. Lasso is there, and the down from Duraccio trying to kill him off, but a Timber Chain and the arrival of C-Smile slows things down. Wanted to chase Duraccio, and Whisper getting some revenge, but Gaming Gladiators, they are all here. Avalanche toss, Whisper about to die. The False Promise is there, and Panda keeps him alive. A killing spree for him as they dive in. C-Smile falls, but Duraccio dead.
Oh, look at this damage from
Impetus spikes them all to death.
Have another one.
Radiant scanning off to the right, that turns red as well, so everybody knows the direction the opponents are coming from. Ricky starts with a Sleeping Dart, the jump in from Pakaz, no Chrono yet. Tofu trying the Avalanche top. Ricky being focused down as Duraccio and Quinn straight onto him. Tofu and Matthew trading lives, and Quinn just trying to chase up here, but C-Smile keeping them at bay while Duraccio trapped in between 3 of EG, down to half health. They've got the bit of save and a buying time from the Yule. BKB and looking to jump back in the Avalanche again, but there's a false promise from the Oracle. Aegis already claimed up as Duraccio blinking back to his side of the map. And the 2-man Chrono there, catching both supports. Quinn and Ace still on the outskirts though, doing an awful lot of damage here. And Pakaz is struggling to stick on a target. Celery with the Spirit Siphons, trying to roleplay as Boxy, but can't quite get the job done. And now Ace trapped in place. Quinn and Duraccio on this high ground, not able to rejoin the fight. EG will come out victorious.
Finished on Whisper, so double Chakram.
Poor Panda. False Promise. Not going to help him out too much here. Drag back into the flames of Quinn. EG looking to press into this enemy ancient spot where they do have high ground vision. Straight up Chrono, catch Rubik and the Ench. They need the damage onto Ace as quickly as possible, and Whisper will provide that. Blow up the Enchantress. She gets off a strike. The next attendant's not going to heal her while Duracio jumps on the Picard. DKB and full promise required to buy the time he needs. Time walks a little bit off, and now the Ursa kind of stuck here. Lift up, drag back, not saving you from Whisper's reinitiation. Very attentive EG, focusing the targets they need, and diving this tier 2 for the Rubik kill. The cherry on top.
Shard upgrade. Didn't even use the oh my god, he has a Force Staff and Ogre Seal Totem as well. With the shard plus Time Walk.
So much mobility.
The gap. They caught him.
Yeah, lassoed up, but the U-rules make sure that the Ursa can't do the damage, and Picard saved by his team, allowed to chrono this Ursa. Now Ench arriving and a stolen one. There's the Rubik coming in clutch. Everyone from EG stuck inside. Duracio still dies. Timber chain across, looking for Tofu now. Matthew trying to jump back in onto this Enchantress, but the lift to save. Celery keeps them at bay, allows Ace to keep doing damage while Seasmile and Whisper chasing this Enchantress. Get the pesky Fawn out of here. Catch a glimpse of the Oracle, find out where Panda's playing. Matthew back to the high ground with twin BKBs and moves up the ramp. Focusing for Picard, he's got Time Walk off to the right. The Chrono looks like a good one. They've killed Panda off though. Oracle is down, so no safety net. Duracio getting blown up though. Has to buy back a stolen Chrono. Two of them trapped inside from EG, but Duracio is about to die here. Quinn has already fallen, had to buy back himself. Whisper moving in. Celery stealing the Timber Chain. Seasmile nearly dead. The Hurricane Pipe pushes him back, and Ace blows up the Death Prophet now. Hakaz getting tossed around near the Roach Pit, controlled up by the lift. Have they got the damage to finish him off? He time walks off to the left and Whisper is back in again. Chakram missing, the Force Staff out of Tofu, getting the distance he needs, and the stolen Chakram, Celery chucks it back at the Timber Saw. They saw Matthew taking this outpost. They've got the vision through the Gem of Quinn, and plenty of damage to bring the Ricky down. The Yule Scepter on 20 HP, just delaying the inevitable, buying time. No way he survives here. Surely no way he survives here, right? He's got Blink Strike, but nothing to blink to. Down the end ball in the mid lane, Whisper getting gone on by Tofu and Duracio. EG, they know that the multiple members of Gaming Gladiators pretty distant away.
I'm always sad that you can't break Tiny. It would be so funny if it just shrinks. Double Abyssal, Lotus Orb.
That's it back. Tofu's in though with the Avalanche toss.
EG's alone here.
Gladiator is bringing 4 members to kill off Whisper. Seasmile gonna go for the BKB TP. Duracio trying to close the gap to Tofu and Ace here.
Thinking about it.
Goes straight for the Chrono. Exo as well. They really want to kill Ace here. Gaming Gladiators rallying around the Enchantress. She's got off the BKB and the Attendants. Enchantress with some more strikes can actually play a way out of this one. Tofu going to survive. Dragged away from Picard. And now they've moved back in onto the Faceless Void. He's going to try and time walk it off thanks to the False Promise, but now Panda, the target of choice for Tofu and Celery, has the Fate's Edict on him, so protected against the magic damage, while Picard and Smile chasing Quinn now. The Bat Rider gets turned on. This fight is dragging out forever as another Chrono from Picard. Straight onto the Tiny and Ursa. Ench slipped up, so the damage is lacking, and EG, they've done it now. Holding their high ground, coming out to play into the southern jungle and finding the Enchantress. A Yule from Matthew finds a bonus target. Celery's Rubik trying to flicker away, but doesn't get any distance. So Whisper. The additional bonus from the Halberd on ranged heroes.
Enchantress getting very close to her level 25.
Blink initiation. Ursa gets lifted and forced out away. Ace gets the Attendants out, points back, but Picard just keeps on chasing. Chrono's up the Enchantress now. Looking to blow up Ace. There is buyback available, and of course, Ace in the hands of the Ursa still. DP caught inside that Chrono along with Whisper, unable to keep giving chase. Trying to blink and Timber Chain across. Might be able to get a catch with the side device. What is that? Is that flamethrower stolen by Rubik? Gets up to the high ground, away we head. Lots of expenditure here from EG. Chrono, Exo, still wanting to find more, but a Blink Lasso, Bat Rider.
That's another one.
Goes for the double lasso on the Faceless Void as Celery annihilated by Matthew and the Timber Saw in the back line. Comes with a double damage rune as well, and he walks straight into the middle of them. Lincoln's popped. He does get Scythe. Ursa on him. The backup there from the Oracle. False Promise and a big Chrono. Bat Rider caught up in it. Quinn being battered into the ground. Dead for 2 minutes. Ace might be found as well, but they're going to go for the backline. Rubik being destroyed by Picard's Faceless Void. Time walks back in, looks for Ace, reverses it, rewinds, backs away as Tofu splits the fight. Multiple directions. Picard and Whisper fight.
О, неплохо для старика.
Welcome back to our series between Team Spirit and Virtus.Pro. Game 1 going the way of Team Spirit. Even though VP started off the first 10 minutes with a pretty fast tempoed lineup, pushing tier 1s quickly. Trent, they had one moment really that we can look back on and think that's where it all went wrong.
So close, yet so far.
Team Spirit.
Close for a very short time. And well, I mean, we're going to show you guys the draft here. And the first hero banned, not a big surprise. Get rid of that Primal Beast. He's too much of a beast on this hero. You shut him down in lane, he shows up mid, and it doesn't really matter because as long as he has Onslaught, he just flies at you, and he's just too strong. Like he has too much HP to deal with at that point in the game if all your spells are on CD like they were at that moment.
Yeah. You think about how VP were trying to play with that kind of dog pile into the mid lane in particular to try and deal with Tiny. Then you had AM cutting waves. Primal Beast is like a wave cutter now, right? With Onslaught and Trample, he just hides in the trees, cuts a wave, Onslaught TPs away. And he's very, very difficult to catch as he's pushing out every single lane towards your base. And then you add in his super tanky
player moment here for a second. I'm sorry, door. One sec.
Oh yeah. The pizza man's arrived. Go grab the door quick. But yeah, Broodmother ban, Ench ban. No surprises on those two, as we've seen Ench be a very popular hero to give you that early tempo and try and dominate a lane. Pretty much guarantees a lane win and pressures the enemy carry very, very well indeed. Team Spirit with this next ban, though, potentially look towards like Kiritich and Nature's Prophet as an option, or Rubik as a safe ban there against Sayush.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you good?
It's okay. So here's why. Someone was banging ferociously on my door. This is not like a knock knock, it's the post. They were like clubbing, and I was like, what is happening? Like, is my wrong with my child?
So it's not a knock knock, it's the post. It's open up as the police.
Yeah, like actually, that's what I thought was happening right now. Getting swatted here. No, my post guy is he's kind of the man. He knows that I'm here a lot, and he knows that I do Dota stuff. So he was just banging because he saw that my van was home. He didn't want me to miss my package. So shout outs to you, my dude. My bad. I get it now for the pro players. This is what happens to them, right? Someone bangs so obtusely on their door, they have to go.
You have to answer it.
Door's a good excuse, it turns out.
Wait, do they do the thing in Canada where they deliver to your neighbor or they can leave it on your doorstep, or do they have to give the package to you?
It depends. This was a have to, so he was really hauling off on my door. I'm gonna have to check it later and make sure the thing still works. But that's good. Luckily, I clearly didn't miss anything because Nature's Prophet returns.
Yeah, I was wondering before they banned the Rubik, I was thinking maybe you ban Kiritich Nature's Prophet. You know, it's still a very solid hero, flexible. But Rubik ban, just a throwaway ban, it feels like more often than not.
Virtus.Pro's turn.
I guess Beast is just like, he's probably one of the best pressuring fours, I will say. And like, it's not really a mirror hero and compared to something like this. Like Mirror is more flexible in terms of the heroes that he's willing to play. So I think that like those top tiers, he doesn't need as much as maybe some of the other fours do if they actually like pressure in the left. We have a double core opener. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the VP show. Squadix is back. We got the Ember.
Did we see this? We saw them do this against someone else as well. Was it against One Move? I can't remember now, but VP did this. They were like, okay, we lost game 1, and then game 2, they were like, right, it's Nature's Prophet Ember time.
Yeah. This is like the in case of emergency break glass, and there's just an Ember Spirit back there. That's pretty much what Virtus.Pro go for.
It really is.
And then the Death Prophet ban, a hero who's been banned in the first phase a lot lately, but we're not getting too many games, unfortunately, of the hero. Kind of want to see what all the fuss is about right now. But if you are opening with your cores this early, Team Spirit also have the last pick anyway, so you tend to see the team that has the 9th pick wanting to grab these Ember Spirits. Sometimes even Storm Spirit seems to be the point now where he's strong enough that there's not quite enough counters to absolutely destroy his game. We've had a couple teams bust out the Huskar. To some success. I don't think we're at that point for Team Spirit. Doesn't really feel like something that they need to try. And I know that we've witnessed Laurel really dive into that pool of heroes before.
No, he's not the cheesy kind of guy. Like we even think back to when he joined Team Spirit, he was exclusively playing Pango Dragon Knight, very, very safe laning heroes. He's definitely expanded a bit with his hero pool, but maybe not that far. And it looks like I was mixing things up. It was VP did first phase Ember against Pet Boom, but they didn't double core opening. I'm mixing that up with another game that we've seen somewhere in Tour 2.
Well, I mean, you mentioned
definitely,
Pango, though. That looks like a pretty solid option for Team Spirit. You know, it'd be kind of cool if they picked the Pango next. Like in this phase, because even though Virtus.Pro would have 2 picks after, I feel like you could actually get a lot of value because you can mix up if this is a Maposhka snap or a Mira snap. So we'd have a lot of flex in terms of like what supports we're going to grab, like that Disruptor who's still in. So if that still looks good after, they could also just grab Disruptor after this, and I'd probably be okay with that as well, actually, the more I think about it.
10 seconds remaining.
I still want to see the Necro.
5 seconds
I want Necro to come back, and I think this is the game to do it. You're against an Ember Spirit in the mid lane. Nature's Prophet does very little magic damage. Maybe not third pick. I think your idea of Disruptor is pretty good. You go Disruptor and then Necro after.
No one's on board, huh? I wonder. I'll take a look here, guys. Who do you guys think is the least picked heroes across all DPC matches so far this season? And are there any unpicked? There's no way. That can't be true.
There's no unpicked heroes?
There's 2 unpicked. There's 2 uncontested heroes. No picks, no bans.
Virtus.Pro's
Winter Wyvern,
turn to ban.
Shadow Shaman.
Oh. Interesting. Because I was thinking we've seen Clinks in other regions.
Yeah, Necrophos has had 1 pick, 1 ban.
So
he lost
down
his
there.
1 game.
Oh, he's down there. I'm dearing me.
That's crazy. Shadow Shaman's not even that bad. I mean, he's just like, if you were gonna pick Shadow Shaman, you probably just pick Lion is the issue.
remaining.
And Lion's only been picked 5 times.
The thing is, like next patch, they'll give Shadow Shaman +5 move speed, and then he'll be picked by everybody.
Yeah,
Just make him a little faster.
I actually feel like Wyvern's kind of solid, though. I'm surprised his hero's like totally ignored.
Especially with all the zoo, right? With all these Lycans and Helm buyers. I would have thought Winter Wyvern gets a lot more play.
A lot of it comes down to the fact that our supports are being picked up so early, though. And it feels like the top tier pool is so small. It's like, why would I have Wyvern when I maybe could have gotten Undying earlier on in the draft? Like, I don't have time to see all these heroes that Wyvern's going to counter. I'm just grabbing Undying because I want to open up more stuff for my core players. So that tends to be the reason why some of these support heroes can be a lot lower in terms of the picked and banned rates.
Yeah, and it can, I don't know, it can often feel like Wyvern does like a lot of harm to your team. Like, okay, Winter's Curse is good against the zoo. You've got decent D-push with Splinter Blast. Cold Embrace feels like a grief spell nowadays because you want to be playing these fights fast. You don't want to be, disabled for 5 seconds by your own teammate, right? But also the fact that these fights, because they're happening so fast, you've got this back and forth and the flow of the fights. Winter's Curse like sets up for someone, but it also means your team is kind of unpositioning themselves or depositioning themselves to get around this target. And then you've got like Enigma Black Holes or Tide Ravages that counteract it nicely.
Remaining.
I think Wyvern's a hero that you can play around quite easily.
Well, we do get the Dragon Knight again, though. I am surprised he didn't go Pango, though. I feel like the Pango looks really nice here. If you were going to go for a mid anyway, since we're kind of locked in with this Beastmaster, obviously. I mean, the DK, yes, it can flex to a 5, but I don't know if that is as powerful when you already have a Beastmaster and they kind of know what's going on here. Then again, a 5 DK actually looks really good this game.
And you don't have Solo on your team? I was going to bring up the same thing, like, hey, what if Maposhka's been watching Solo and he wants a bit of this DK action?
I mean, honestly, though, like, the stun's really good. It's versus Treants, theoretically. Like, if it's in lane, that's not that bad. If he ends up going 3, even though it's probably going to be Kiritich, but, because the Prophet's so early, they might be forced to flex it off here. Yeah, I don't know. I do think the Disruptor was solid. Should they go Disruptor on Virtus.Pro? Because they have decent vision with, like, Prophet jumping forward, Ember Spirit jumping forward.
You're laning into Beast Snap or something like that.
Yeah.
With a Nature's Prophet 1, even if they put Fury in 3 and pick up another one, I can't think of the one that's going to like salvage the lane with a Disruptor against those two.
It would have to be like a Troll or a Jug style. I am good laner hero that is weaker for rest of game because of this. So yeah, the 5 support, the 5 melee support definitely feels a little bit better than going towards like that Disruptor, at least for the lane.
I miss Warlock.
Virtus.Pro.
That's who I want as well. Necro and Warlock. Not a silencer. He's boring.
Earth Shaker.
He's not, though. Earth Shaker.
All right. I guess. Well, we'll see who it is. I know there's been a lot of stuff going on with Shakers. Like Collapse played Shaker, I believe, in an official the other day. So, well, we'll see. Maybe there's a mix-up here.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, the potential for 3 Shaker definitely there.
Is
5
this
seconds remaining.
This could be him just saying like, like we need to win this. Like we want to go to the major, we have to win, guys. Like what are your heroes? Like what do you guys believe in? But this is the worry. If you want to go that route.
Yeah, and who's he laning with? Because Shaker pick there makes me think it's the Prophet 3.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to do now.
10
I think with
seconds
Ursa, that you don't have a choice anymore. I think you're lane blocking with Shaker, Prophet's going 3,
5
Ember's going mid,
seconds
and we're picking a different one. Unless they're going to find a ranged 3, and we're getting real crazy, like a Viper or something.
Or a Necro.
Or a Necro. Or a Necro.
Team Spirits.
I think Necro gets crushed in lane by Ursa. He's too slow. Like you have to go early value point in Ghost Shroud, and then you just die anyway. It's real sad. Well, the last round of bans. Drow Ranger, what Team Spirit remove. So looking to protect this Ursa and DK a bit better. So Sansa's a 5. Against a Snap and a Beast. DK mid.
5 seconds remaining.
Are they leaving Miposhka's here to last? I guess you did mention Snap could be both supports picking it up.
Yeah.
Team Spirits, turn to ban.
It does, I mean, again, this could also be, like, I would probably ban for mid. Honestly, I'd be scared about getting, like, cheesed and they just, like, 5 DK with the Ursa. Like, who cares? Like, the lane's gonna be fine. It's an Ursa and an NP. I don't know.
Virtus.Pro's turn to pick.
Oh, we'll see. They just get rid of the Jakiro and the Disruptor.
It feels like VP have... like they're trying to find, navigate their way through this draft, and Team Spirit are just putting barriers up every step of the way. And Spirit have the last pick.
5 seconds
There's no way for VP to kind of gotcha at this last step.
Team Spirits.
Yeah, how do you solve this?
How are team fights gonna go?
Okay, Coddle 3. That's pretty good.
Okay.
Coddle
So
3
Coddle
versus the
Shaker.
Ursa, Prophet 1. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay.
So lanes look solid. But then transitioning out of that into mid game,
10
you've got to deal with the Beastmaster and his push with the Helm. You don't have the best way
5
of doing that unless
seconds
Kotl just sits in the lane and soaks that up. That means then you have to kind of move Prophet and Earthshaker into the opposing lane.
They have no reserve time, by the way.
Oracle!
Hey, this is what we're talking about when it comes to the support heroes, though, that don't get picked very often, because usually you don't get to see so far into the draft to find a situation where the hero's going to be strong. No, unfortunately, this will not be Thompson, guys. I know he busted out in the qualifiers, some mid. We're not handing over to Laurel today. It is just Miposhka, but he's got a fancy looking Oracle you guys can see here when he gets into the actual game. And it's a nice game. The Dispel is huge this match. Got the roots. We got potential counterplay versus the silencer when you really when you self-cast it, waiting for him to global, and it releases and you purge yourself and then you alt your core. Shout out to Insania actually pulling off an official before.
Oh, Insania! I was gonna say I've only seen one player do it, and it was Pablo like 4 years ago.
Yes, Pablo too. Yeah. Also, oh god, who was Stan King? Shout out to Stan King when he did the root on the courier in the mid lane. That was sick.
That was godly.
I don't know if Miposhi's got those moves. That was a little bit harder to pull off these days, because that would have been like actual flying courier. I think that was like the lone courier days.
Yeah, just the one solo courier with a Fortune's End flying onto it.
Yeah.
There's some cool stuff you can do with that. I mean, having Fate's Edict against all this magic damage, False Promise against the initiation from Earthshaker, so you can kind of combo break that. I'm a little worried the way that VP have to play this is very delicate, the way they go in and out of fights. You need pretty quick BKB on the Nature's Prophet. Squadix, probably the same thing, honestly, against this Snap DK. Even Oracle offering a tremendous amount of magical damage.
They're very fast, though, I will say, on Virtus.Pro. Like, if they hit their timings, like, because Shaker can actually play quicker as long as he has heroes in front of him, right? Like, you can go for these Fisher plays, go for these little, like, bolas into just one Fisher, and you can actually fight your way to that Blink Dagger pretty well.
Now, before we get things started, Game 2 coming up right after this quick video.
Prepare for battle.
Я на мид. Я на мид.
You almost had that.
Already the tips are flying and the voice chat lines are being spammed out by both teams. Looks like Team Spirit in high spirits, getting themselves out across to the enemy side of the map for some quick warding. And VP, he said they can play quickly. They're going to have to in this one. They've set themselves up for some decent lanes. There's that mid game and the ability to get to, blink on Earthshaker, Nature's Prophet BKB. That could be the challenge for them. Definitely got a window while you're waiting for Ursa to get Battle Fury.
Our odds here looking as you'd expect here. Let's say, especially after that game one. Like they even had a chance and they just like swiftly crushed it. I'd say this lineup looks a little bit harder to execute because I don't think the scaling looks particularly good for Virtus.Pro this game. Obviously, it's not as like determined in the mid and the late game because there's not an anti-mage who's just like this humongous beast, but we've all seen that Ursa he's almost there these days with his bits of mobility and the eggs and the shard. He can get to this very difficult to deal with massive state.
Yeah, because he's physical burst damage and physical scales better into late game, and the fact that he's kind of unkillable once he gets to shard and stuff like that as well. Having almost permanent enrage means you're dishing out serious damage and you're not really being stopped by anything. I kind of want to see if Sayers goes for a Yule Scepter, or we have Yules come out from one of the core heroes just to try and deal with the Ursa through the enrage, which we have seen a fair amount. Tide Underground went up the other day. But as always, eyes on this mid lane. Lol, the tempo center for Team Spirit. And Squadix, he's on his Ember. We've seen great things from this man. Play around the map, even at a deficit. He can cause havoc.
They're gonna need all his tips and tricks on this one. And pairing with the defensive nature of the silencer, or maybe you can jump in and try and grab a kill before the Oracle's able to get the save. Maybe that's something that can help them, but I don't think there's really a great target. Like sometimes you'll have a silencer on your team, and using the global silence, you can jump in and just kill them. Like a Faceless Void, I think, is a pretty good example where like, oh, his spells are like the only way he's gonna be saved. He doesn't want to invest in these other defensive items. I don't know if Ursa's quite the same, right? And Ursa's just so much like more frightening, I guess, like harder to like chain stun down.
Yeah,
especially like later on in the game.
Yeah, much more difficult. So here's dragging waves, but the range creep kind of so denied by Mimposhka. Keeping tabs on Natus on that right side of the lane as well. Looks like both mid laners going to have bottles delivered very shortly. Now DK is going for the brace, so he's tanking up as much as he can. They're going to relinquish rune control to Squadix completely, and his bottles on Curion coming.
Denied.
Oh, and we obviously don't see too much Oracle anymore, but best things about it, getting to level 3, get the 102 build, start bursting with a ton of damage. It's certainly something that Sayush is to watch for. He's going to slowly start willing you down as he's going through his level 2, and he's going to look for that just like one jump in play there with the burst from Ursa to maybe bring you down.
I even noticed, pretty quick on his feet, this old man. Should get boots shortly. I mean, if you get caught, you can be killed very quickly. Sayers right now just blocking waves, being a nuisance. But here's the play, even just at level 2. Earthshaker looks like he's about to drop. Not even wasting mana here, Mimposhka. Well, they don't want to go for it.
No,
Yatra has made the call to go for the wave instead.
Yeah, I think the kill's a little bit too tough. A little bit too long. He might mango Fisher, still get away. He couldn't land the Purified Flames before Fortune's End either because like the range he was at.
Now the turnaround on him. Oh, he pops his stick. Had a fairy fire as well. Trading blows in that bot lane. So he's going to try the pull. Let's see if he can continue it. It's noticed. Oh god, on the very edge of the Illuminate. And the one Satyr Mindstealer does aggro the creeps.
Meanwhile, we saw their Squadix was getting pretty low in the mid lane versus Laurel, but he's doing his lane good farm. And now he's top here. You're seeing we got just Mira and Collapse doing their thing again. Claps not nearly as frightening compared to his Primal Beast self when it comes into that mid game. He's gonna be a little bit more sedated. He is not rushing the Arcane Boots, so he does have the Boar stacking Ancients, but well, we'll see. He might mix it up and go back for it. We'll see. I feel like that's kind of the play, right? Like if you're able to get the stacks.
I got distracted. Didn't stack. The Boar was just left alone. What is that FNG set on the silencer? We're taking a peek at old Gandalf there. Is he using that book as a shield? He is.
Purpose. Yeah.
Got all his spells and all his protection.
He's got all the hacks in there, you know.
A tome
SV cheats 1, you know. In-game dash gold 999999.
Are fortified.
Spawn unit Roshan.
All the normal stuff.
Tome +4 armor.
Well, very typical thing happening here mid, as Larl has 11 denies as this DK. DK players, it's definitely the mental damage is why they like playing Dragonite, because, you know, the broke sentiment is that DK is a boring mid lane hero, but when you realize and you get that woke status, guys, you realize that he's actually the best because you just stun and deny their creeps, and it tilts them, you know?
Emotional damage.
Yeah. The best kind of damage.
Get right under their skin.
He just got owned though. Squash just denied that right in his face.
Glad not to deny the range creep. As bottom, again, an attempted play unnoticed. Extra team spirit, safeguarding the Ursa, keeping VP in that regen trade battle. And maybe go for the Sayer but he throws the Fisher out there to block them. A lot of baiting, poking and prodding. Everyone trying to keep them on their toes. Team Spirit comfortable is continuing to play the lane. Yataro's not really being too bothered by it.
I'll be run to the river here. FNG's gonna escape from Mira. Another set of stacks. Hopefully not gonna be forgotten this time. We'll see. We're at 52 minutes. Yeah, there we go. 52 minutes, you 52
seconds. minutes?
This game's going very fast.
Suddenly, fast forward.
Illusion.
He's successful. Boar's gonna maybe die. Nope.
Lol? Oh yeah, he's a DK with 2 points in the Dragon Blood. Shaker rotates, can't do anything. Mira grabs the illusion on top. Make sure the Ember doesn't take it. And here comes Lol with that first Dragon form. Start chipping away at your tower. So they're leaving Natus alone bottom. That means he's got to be careful kind of skirting the tree line, hiding in the fog. Keeping Earthshaker mid, where Mira is sticking around here and gets the cookie on to Squadix. This is all just tower pressure though, forcing VP to react. Maneuver in towards that mid lane. Enchanted the Fisher, Illuminate Blast, drawn by FNG. Nearly had the Miracle as well.
Did he just walk up and Fisher? How did he just get away with that? He just walked up. Like, they're so greedy, they don't think we can kill him, but notice he has that damage, and he's a fast guy, you know? He disappears for a second down bottom. They even had a ward down here, and they didn't respect the power of this coddle.
I think the ward came after he moved, because he ran away into the fog. The Poshka came and placed that ward down. Yeah. It felt like Team Spirit were really baiting there. I was wondering if they were going to TP more heroes in. They're just drawing attention into the mid lane, give the side lanes an easier time. Yes, you lose your DK. Dude. First blood goes to VP.
That was so risky. Yatoro just did a scan on the secret shop to get his ring finished, and he almost lost his courier. Sage, like...
Perseverance flying over the Earthshaker.
Denied!
Well, he's just gonna walk mid again. You think I won't do it again? The block! Cut him off in the pass!
Arcane Curse dispelled off. Fortune's End there, but onto Lol we go. Faint's Edict, protecting him a little bit from the magic damage. Runs forward, not going to do a whole lot. Sleight of Fist from Squadix does take down Mira, and then the jump in under tower. Enabled by Kiritich, and finished off by him as well. Transfer this into a tier 1 push. Well, that's the speed at which VP can play is substantial. But when you make these moves, 5 here mid, you're still giving a lot of room on the side lanes to Spirit.
Yeah, Collapse is... He's not super confident, though. He doesn't immediately run to the camps. He knows these rotations are coming up, but he was right. It's a hasted Ember. Yeah, that ward saving his life right there. Okay. I saw his helm, and I was like, man, he's really not going to go for the camp, but now I see why. He's got his Satyr back doing some stack work already.
So did he already cleared the large camp, I guess, to get the helm completed.
Yeah, he only had a couple stacks on that, I think.
And now start working on the Ancients.
The Treant is going to come in here and get a look at this, but this is interesting though, because like so many Beastmasters have not been doing this. Like they've just been grabbing those arcanes first, right? But I'm not. Is he going to buy any, or is he just going to like buy a bunch of mangoes?
I should buy mangoes. It looks like. Why spend a lot of money when little money do trick?
Rush forth.
Well done. I hate the products.
Mirror. Saved up by the Oracle. Gets the Scatterblast on them. Lol. Taking the brunt of the damage here on the Spirit Vessel. Oh no, he turned around for the goal. He attempted to get into high ground. And now relenting in towards Lol. Nice Dragon Tail. He's away from them. They're going to chase him to the bitter end. Finish off the Dragon Knight and get the takedown. We might have a roar from Collapse, but FNG holds him off at the pass. Make sure there's no movement forward. And now another go back in for Squadix. Just continuing to play aggressively.
The Hadouken.
And Oracle died in the mid lane as well, so 3 kills going the way of VP.
Yeah, Kirich I think got in there. I'm pretty sure that Wrath of Nature was 1 bounce away from killing Mira as well. I think the last bounce hit Oracle, and like the last one would have killed Mira.
Sayur's just tumbling through a Scatterblast. Cookie misses because of it. Shaker probably would have died bottom if he didn't have the Tumbler's toy. Yeah, 10 minutes in, this Keeper of the Light with Spirit Vessel, plus he had 3 charges before that mid lane fight kicked off. Noticed in a really good place right now. And yeah, he's going for the Yule Scepter to try and deal with the Ursa. It just feels like another one of those games where VP, they're doing well, and they're utilizing the aggression that their draft is built around. But it still feels like they need that little bit more. Like they need to keep this going. They need another team fight where they have another 3-kill sweep, go for an objective, get another tier 1, or else the same thing happened in game number 1. One lost fight leads to deterioration.
Dude, I way prefer Collapse's strategy here though. Like he just had the arcane ring, he pops out a couple times, hands it off. He's like, yeah, I don't need that anymore, it's fine. And then you didn't have to mango for this. His mana's still like full. He's been clearing through these stacks. So King Boots perhaps a little overrated.
Man, how many times have we seen Beastmasters like lose their lane and have to recover with Ancients? Whereas Collapse here traded evenly in lane, and now he's 3rd in net worth. Gonna pop up a little more with this tier 1 tower take from Yatra and Lal. Squadix trying to deal with them. They popped the global, but Yatra got off the enrage before it all happened. So Ursa perfectly finds away from there. And Lal keeping him at bay with the Dragon Tail, but the Echo Slam and the chain stuns take him down to half HP. But watch Collapse. He's diving into the back lines, rolls up FNG, kills off the Silencer. Sayush now in the firing line. And Earthshaker, you can juke and dive all you want, but Lal's on your tail, and he'll clear you up.
Is under attack.
What is it with more tips just on FNG, huh? And more big fans, huh?
Yeah.
Like, you roared and killed the Silencer. Like, congrats, man. Like,
forgot you.
Your team's owning well. Get him.
Showed you what's up. Spirit trying to de-wall this high ground. Kiritich TP'd aggressively. The cookie on the center into the kisses and the stop. Beautifully done. Spirit claim another kill. So here's the moment. 12 minutes in. Again, like same time as game 1. You lose a fight as VP, and now you have to recuperate all of that map space, all of that momentum.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And before you do that, you need Blink on Earthshaker.
I don't know if he can afford to. I mean, he's actually pretty farmed. I don't know. Like, he's got 1,200 gold. Do you just bail for the shard at 15? It's like, you'll get it. You have a Nature's Prophet and an Ember on your team, and a Coddle on your team. Dude, you're never seeing a creep wave.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
that's actually really true.
Yeah, like this one mid, this is just a mirage. There's a DK in this creep wave. You can fish her for a last hit if you want, but you're not getting any gold. So Natus is like, step aside. I'll get this gold here. Don't worry. Stay back, Earthshaker. Those creeps are dangerous.
And then FNG is gathering up some creeps top, but we'll see what happens to him in a second. Gets into the tree line. Cookie on the dragon. They spot the Silencer. Turns himself into a piggy. But down he goes for Collapse's killing spree.
Radiant's
Collapse
bottom
didn't even go
tower is
towards
under
him.
attack.
He's just microing the dragon while right-clicking the wave with a 0.
So now top lane is a barren wasteland for VP. You don't go there. You don't go top jungle. So they need Kiritich to farm bottom. Yeah. Again, Squad X Ember Spirit. Close to Maelstrom, but he's got a lot of work to do this game. A couple of active runes could definitely get them back into this. A smoke move with him, Sayos and FNG may be on the cards here as well. But it's very, very difficult against this backline and frontline of Spirit. You know, Oracle and Snap in the back, Beastmaster DK at the front. You have to break past two incredibly tanky heroes who have long duration stuns. Dragontail and Roar both doing pretty much the same thing. Yeah. If they can stop the initial burst and catch from VP, that's their team fight down the drain.
Dire's top tower.
Well, the Maelstroms are up, so hopefully the creeps will die. That is pretty much the best thing that they have going for them right now on Virtus.Pro is this Coddle, Ember, Nature's Prophet. This idea of you should be able to dictate where we play on the map based on your heroes. It is kind of hard to catch Coddle still. Like they basically need a Blink DK, right?
Well, they have Blink Ursa now.
Yeah.
Blink DK, Blink Ursa. I just Fortune's End Yatoro, send it in. Blink on the Cottle, find the Prophet. Because he has a way this is
find some upsides here, okay?
Yeah, I understand VP going these Maelstroms. They're doing the right things, but you kind of wish they had BKBs because they need to consolidate some kind of victory, get an advantage.
Well, the Shard is flying on the courier here. Could be nice for Sage. Maybe he can threaten here.
Roshan's already dead. Wrath of Nature bounces and takes Miposhka very low. Solar Bind dispelled off and Sayush fishes, and he gets caught out by the Roar and the Ursa. The wild animals have hunted him and backed the Earthshaker into a corner.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Squad X, he's being annoying. Oracle and Snap dropping lower and lower with a slight chain spam. It looks like Oracle's going to top Mirror back up at full HP. Alright, what's this 16-minute rune? Give me another Arcane or a DD or something. Oh, an Invis.
Not ideal. I mean, they do have a Veil, which is pretty cool from FNG, so that is a decent way to try and win one of these fights. A lot of bonus damage.
Yeah, Solar Bind, Veil, Illuminate. And that Spirit Vessel, but they need charges. The Cottle has spent them all. Back in that mid lane, a D-Ward from Mira could keep the high ground. In comes the Squad X Ember, but he's against the Fate Edict, so all that magic damage being mitigated by the Oracle. Ember Spirit, yeah, such a struggle to finish anybody off.
Oh, it's so close!
You can't do it. And then Lal just walks up, threatens with a Dragon Tail. Everything dispelled off of him again.
Oh!
What's happening top, though, hey? There's a TP in behind. Kiritich aiming to collapse. Earthshaker already spent his Fissure, but that's some big damage from Kiritich. Should finish him off. Sayush, did he just spend Echo there? What's the kill off the dragon? It's just Echo the Beastmaster creeps.
Dire's
a lot of gold.
It's under attack.
Fair enough.
Gotta get blinked somehow, you know? He's not getting waves. We already went through that. FNG.
Attempted deny on the mid lane tower.
He's getting paved, you know? The steamroller is here.
Yeah, if he got the tower deny, I'd say worth it, but he didn't. And now the waiting game for VPs, BKBs. In desperate need of some kind of protection. There's just a slow trickle of the rest of the map starting to belong to Team Spirit. A couple of good aggressive wards over in the Radiant, in the Dire Ancients. Looking for that bottom tier 1. VP going to mount a defense with everybody. 5 heroes brought down south. But this is one of those classic Team Spirit baits. Like they move there, they kind of shuffle to bottom lane. They show Yatoro down here. Are they gonna go for him? Oh, the bait turnaround.
Get him.
VP is scared though. They think there's so many heroes behind him. This is the thing. Usually, if an Ursa's there, there's 4 heroes sat behind him, right? But Team Spirit have swung up to the top part of the map with a smoke.
Yeah, and if you know, what do you do typically with Virtus.Pro, right? Like someone TP's back to that top lane or something. But I think they realized what happened.
Coin for me.
You're gonna see Mira now under their ward here, so they're gonna know what's up.
Easy mind games from Spirit. I like Mira picking up a Lotus Orb here. So now they've got that multiple layers of supporting each other. Dispel the Oracle through the global, so then he can dispel others.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Spirit playing under their vision. VP saw them all filtering up top, though. And it looks like they're pinging it out that there is high ground ward there.
Radiant's bottom tower
Nothing to stop them killing tier 2 and grabbing outposts at this point.
Are fortified.
And with all the blinks and mobility on the scene between the Ursa and the DK, Collapse went for the Shark immediately after the Helmet Overlord too, so kind of has this additional like team fight and crowd control in these fights. It's gonna be really annoying, and especially this early. I feel like we don't see the Hawk very early anymore.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, it usually comes much later. Super good against these heroes pre-BKB, knowing that Ember doesn't have his. Prophet has just bought his.
Huddle as well is really weak to that, because like he has to play with his mobility, and he doesn't really have a good way of preparing for a 2.5 second route out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, he switched away from Yules to the Force Staff, huh? So they no longer have that ability to deal with the Ursa through Enrage.
Yeah, that's true.
Team Spirit saw everything VP were doing. They know they're in that bottom jungle. Up to some nonsense, placing some wards.
I wonder why this game. I wonder why this game he went for the Shaker. I wonder what it was about it that made him decide
to go for the shard.
Are scanning.
No, just to play Shaker. Even. Like,
yeah, I can't answer that. Just they picked Beastmaster, I picked Shaker. We think that's the deal. Wait, Kiritich?
Oh, неплохо для стрим.
Why are you down here?
Неплохо для стрим.
Are they hunting for lol, I guess? Very aggressive from Kiritich, though. Going for Nullifier. There's something to try and dispel off this stuff from the Oracle.
Is under attack.
Well, he just did get reclaimed, so Yatoro is going to have to bank on the BKB he's got now. VP with a smoke coming back into their top jungle. Smoke breaks. Ursa, Beastmaster both ready in position, but they're the ones that get chainsed up and global. Collapse in trouble. Illuminate blasted down, but Squadex, he's got to turn and run. Yatoro with his BKB, he's an angry bear, and he's hunting for the Ember Spirit. Gets the takedown while Mira eyes on the target. FNG silencer. The tips there are about to come as the Scatter Blast lands.
I figured out why I picked Shaker. His most picked hero in pro matches is Tiny at 77, Tusk, Rubik, Mirana, all around 70-ish. Then you got Earth Spirit, Clock, Phoenix, Dark Willow, Shadow Shaman, Hoodwink, and then coming in after Earthshaker. His pub profile, though, this guy has almost played 500 pubs of Earthshaker.
Oh yeah.
It is the second most played hero after Tusk. Tusk was banned. So
I think really wanted to.
I think this is just his comfort hero. Like, he has not been very successful for him in pros. I'll be real. The record, not great. His 2 games earlier this week, also L's. But
oh, Kiritich. Oof, ow. Yatoro's on your tail. The last couple of kisses missing, but the final clap will not.
I'll sharpen my claws in your bark, Prophet.
And they're so good at this. Pre-placed cookie into blink initiation. Chain stunning, bashing and killing off big key targets.
He does love these blink heroes with a cookie. Pretty sick. Using it with the Animage, now using it with the Ursa too. But speaking of blinks, there it is. The Shaker. You know, it just doesn't have the same blink. I feel like when Shaker gets blinked these days, it's not quite as terrifying. FNG, that is terrifying. You are just gone. Goodbye.
Just dead.
Roared and taken down by the boars.
Fireball.
Not really the boars, mostly the giant dragon.
A tool to teach.
Yeah,
26 wards placed.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That's all FNG has been able to do this game. Press his ulti button and place some wards. I think you're right. Earthshaker used to be, hey, he's got blink. That's automatic team fight victory.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you're lucky if you get a core kill.
Like, same thing with Meepo, right? Everyone's got way tankier. Same thing with Dagon. How come Dagon doesn't do like twice as much damage? Everyone has like twice as much health as they used to when we bought Dagon.
Yeah, everyone's buying.
Go back and watch games from like 8 years ago. Honestly, a hero at this point in the game would have like 1100 HP, and you'd be like, whoa, that's a tank hero.
Thanks, we used to have Puck Dagon like every game. It was just like go-to item.
are
spells.
scanning.
Everyone's way beefier. We got neutral items, just get health for free in your extra slot. This guy's got plus 15 secondary stats on his Ursa. Like, what's going on?
Here's just a shovel here. 75
Dire's
HP for you.
middle tower has fallen.
Easy protection. What's to stop the inevitable from happening though, Trent? What's to stop Team Spirit getting a couple of kills, going into Roche, getting Aegis?
Oh, this is good. They have vision
ending
set
the
up.
game. It's a lol DK though. He's tanky. He's got BKB.
Well, they didn't all die, so we can call that a win, I think. Considering what was running at them, that's a W.
A lowercase W.
Yeah, just a little one. Just a small one.
It's a woof.
Dire's courier has been killed.
BP are all smoked, so they want something to happen. I think ideally going to be looking for those wards around the Roche pit so they can set up for something.
Mid lane.
While Spirit are looking for the Aegis.
I all thought about it. He bought the ulti, almost went in.
DD rune spawn top. Where's my Kiritich Prophet?
Can they do something here? Yadra?
He's fine, a nullifier. The Blink Echo on the Ursa. Chain stunning him, and the help of the Global definitely there. But Yato has the answer. It's the BKB. He turns, looks to kill FNG, goes for the TP, but the damage from Kiritich. Ooh, they had enough. Now Lol on the run. Team Spirit losing Miposhka, and the BKB Dragon Knight having to TP himself out while collapsed. Yawls into the sky after slaying FNG, and this nullifier. And it's working wonders for Kiritich.
Actually, the answer. He's made it. I did not think they would get there in time with how much map pressure they were losing, but
Radiant's
if only it was a fast roach. He does leave a treant though, so they can get this. There's no buyback. Is it ticking back in?
Radiant's
Oh,
top
it's
tower
not.
is under attack.
This master won't get there. They get this roach, I think, if they immediately run at it
Dire's
after.
bottom tower
Second it
is under
spawns.
attack.
I think you take this, right? Surely you take this roach.
You got to. You can't let the Ursa have it.
You just got to YOLO for it.
Radiant's top tower.
You cannot
has
give this guy
fallen.
free shard. Just start casting all your spells at it, and this game is winnable.
Yeah,
So the
bottom
nullifier,
tower is under
I feel
attack.
like maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's slightly overlooked that it just goes through BKB sometimes. Because like
into an
typically,
Ursa.
yeah, I feel like it doesn't matter that much for some heroes, but Ursa specifically, it's really bad. Like he just can't play. He doesn't get to do his overpower stuff. He doesn't get to be the Ursa. They get in there despite the kisses now coming. Oh, run!
Oh my god. Oh, the blink stun. Lol finds the counter Kiritich. Aegis is still being held. He turns with the nullifier. BKB's up. Can he TP home away from here? Oh, the back! He tried the cookie play, but amazing protection from Noticed.
Oh, that was sick. He might have been able to get the right clicks in after. Like, yeah, the cookie's not going to stun him because he's BKB, but still, there was a chance that he gets the right click kill. That's huge to save that Aegis. I thought maybe just give it up, but he BKB, kind of rolled the dice a little bit. They'll get to keep up their pressure. And now, every fight is going to come down to where is this nullifier and where's Yadro?
Yeah, Kiritich with the answers. And now they've got Yules on Kotl as well.
Also, how sick was that setup and prep too? Like the way that they had them all smoked by that tree line there, just waiting, and they catch that little glimpse of the Ursa and just go for it. Kind of insane.
Perfect. FNG shot calling.
And say you shot his hero, right? You know, he wants to play Shaker. If we have to win this game, deal with the devil. What hero are you gonna play? He wants Shaker. See if they can manage to carry it all the way through. It's still a very long road. It is still an incredibly stable lineup here from Team Spirit. They're not exactly a very mysterious lineup. You know what they're gonna do, but they now have a giant dragon with Aghanims leading the charge here at level 16. Not quite level 18 yet though.
Yeah, that's one of those moments where Team Spirit will absolutely be having the team comm saying, hey, let's tighten up. Don't let Yatra be alone. Miposhka's going to be leashing himself to this Ursa now. He's not going to be more than 1,000 range away from the bear at any given time.
This is one of those games where you specifically need the blink, but he still doesn't have that dispel, of course. So we're going to have to wait for the next round of neutralizers, the tier 4s, and hopefully drop one then.
FNG. Oh, he's got Ghost Scepter, but that doesn't protect you from the kisses. The Global's out. They were trying to get in on top of him with the Earthshaker, but the Blinding Light pushes Lol away from the Illuminate. He'll get the stun combo onto the Ember, but the Yule Scepter keeps him away from Squad X for a few seconds. And now the jump with the help of the Hawkfish spot, the Earthshaker having the vision over on Sayush. On the doorstep of the Dire base, a couple of kills from Team Spirit. They don't have a creep wave. Kiritich has cut them.
Pretty nice. And Yadaro, TP's back. Maybe hoping that he get a bit greedy on the Nature's Prophet. He's even going to hunt in the tree line there. We're not going to find them. Kiritich, of course, as you can see, safely back at home, picking up a Shadow Blade to assist in his subterfuge across the map.
That's a good word. I just
dig the thesaurus for that one.
Wait, is turfuge a word? Sub means under, right?
I don't. That's a great question.
What's on top of?
Is it supposed to be like sub-ground, like subsurface level, like turf? We're breaking down words here, guys.
Comes from the Latin of terra, meaning earth. Yes, terra.
I got nothing, dude.
Oh, I don't even know what the opposite of sub is. Like submarine, underwater. What's over water?
Wouldn't it be like sir?
Aerofuge.
It's sub and sir, right?
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Like surplus. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Sub and sir. That makes sense.
Nice. I have an arts degree, guys. Don't worry about it. Thank you.
Latin and Greek, not our forte. What was I? Yes, VP still feels like they've got a very delicate draft to execute. Right, we need these Blink Echoes to be landing big.
Nullifier?
They've got to worry about the Oracle in the back line. So like choosing and prioritizing targets seems still like a big challenge. Ember has to deal with Oracle, Earthshaker and Prophet have to deal with Ursa. And then Kotl's job is just being annoying, pissing people off and doing damage. Will become very exciting when this Kotl gets Hex. Like if the game drags out long enough, they add in that Hex and things really become difficult for Spirit.
Yeah, it will be a while though, because he is the lowest of the cores. He's not getting that free space of like the mid Kotl. Lots to work with. Oh, big jump.
Straight up, Blink Echo Global onto Collapse. Mira, very low as well. Squad X BKBs pops them out. Ultra and Miposhka trying to bail away. Kiritich is TP forward into the Dragon Tail. He's holding Aegis for 15 seconds, and Squad X focused by the Yatoro Ursa. Dragon Knight. He does still have his BKB, and this Black Dragon flies over the cliff tops. They're waiting for the time. Aegis remain. Aegis about to be claimed, but in comes the Ember Spirit. Kiss is landing in, and they do take down Yatoro. Kiritich so close to death. The Aegis has got the final bits of damage. Not coming out fast enough. He's out of there. As FNG goes Scepters to protect himself, but burst down. Lol and Miposhka have the damage to rain down on the silencer. So 2 for 2 in the end, and Mira brought back, so 3 for 2 plus a buyback from Spirit.
And he got fully chain stunned down there, I believe, on Collapse, right? Like, I'm not sure. He had the BKB, right? I'm not crazy. Either way, it wouldn't have mattered because he just got owned in the mid lane. Mira was sort of like a free secondary kill there. He caught so much of the AoE damage. He sort of just fell immediately after. Level 18 on this DK down bottom. And the ultimate loses that help with the max resistance. He's gone.
VP picking up the pace, so they grab a gem for themselves now as well.
This is a nice
little bonus.
They're just like completely cutting this Ursa. What a play from SquadX as well to get up there and catch Yadoro when Kiritich was sort of in trouble in the river, right? Because he was getting like controlled up, the DK's on top of him, and I was like, oh no, Yadoro's gonna jump down. I believe the Oracle had some vision that Miposhka was dropping down as well. But because they chained the Ursa up top and then the Fisher was there to also hold him in place. And it was on a knife's edge too, of course, because they were trying to play with that timer on the Nature's Prophet, and they just about got that to work for him. Yeah. But not quite there. Now Shaker. Another tool in the kit here for Sage with the Force Staff.
It's getting juicy for VP. These globals are really annoying as well because you have that moment of, hey, we need to react to this. We need to Lotus someone. Look for the false promise. And Miposhka does have the blink now, so at least a tool for him to reposition in the fights. We can see how it can go both ways as well, knowing how important vision is. If Spirit get the jump onto a VP hero, they die. If VP get a jump onto a Spirit hero, they die. The explosive nature of both of these drafts is very apparent.
Yeah, well, and clearly Sage recognizes that because he just ferried out the tumblers. All right, Val, listen to me. All right, this thing's gotta go. It's gotta go, man. You can't be bringing the tumbler toys back out at 33 minutes. This item is a problem. I like, how come Mango Tree's gone and this thing lives? That's what I want to know.
I can't believe it. What are his other options? He must have plenty.
Died for this.
Oh, where's my poor man shield?
I mean, you can't beat it, honestly. On a positioning hero like Shaker, it's just too important. Yeah, it's just better than all these other items.
He wants none of the tier 2 items. Doesn't care. Like, all of these are like agi items that they've dropped. Ring of Aquila, Grove Bow, Brigand's Blade, Specialist's Array. Tier 3 items, the best ones are taken by his cores, so he's left with Cloak of Flames or Paladin Sword. He's not a tank, doesn't care about that. It really is just Tumbler's Toy is better than all of these items for him.
Yep.
Look at those
Wait
swings.
until Fallen Sky. It's 60 minutes, then he'll pick it up. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing else.
Or the Force Boots.
Force Boots, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like this game was kind of spiraling out of control 20-odd minutes in. I saw those graphs just now, but plummeting back down, and VP making a very even match here in game 2. Going for another sneaky play under the cover of smoke. FNG's not hidden, so he might get scouted by the Hawk over towards this mid lane.
This is one of those deficits that we look at and we say they need to win 5 fights in a row. Like that, honestly, I feel like that's where Virtus.Pro's at. They've now won 3 of them. Very impressively. Like, they are getting the better trades here. They're kiting this Ursa. They're killing him off. Yadro has not really gotten to play Dota in the past while. He's looking for the big guarantee with the Blink of Pistol PKB. And it always just comes down to Seyush, maybe catching him before the PKB, and then, of course, just the Nullifier. So how can they just catch Kirtich, I guess, is the best guess, or the best question.
Yeah, it's like important where the fights are happening as well, right?
Hawk?
The reason why VP moved up here is they want to be fighting near Roche and away from their base. They do not want to allow Team Spirit to trade evenly or win a team fight on their doorstep or around the Roche pit. They want to take up position. They can't cover their outpost. Naponchka tried to steal it. And it is a bit spooky here for Spirit as well. Roche,
things are going to get spookier. There's another Shadow Blade on the Ursa. What's spookier than an invisible bear? Imagine you're walking, you know, just minding your own business, killing innocent creeps. You see footsteps in the snow, the size of a bear.
You have a salami in your pocket.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much how FNG feels right now, you know? It's like this salami spilling out all the folds of this little silencer here.
Don't be stupid. Bears can smell salami from 15 miles away. They know where you are. Well, Shaker and Kotl having a poke at the Dragon Knight.
Did that hit him, guys? Did you see his health move? Because I didn't.
Didn't it really hit him?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it missed.
He had 41% magic resistance right there. With all that HP regen as well.
Yatro's a little irritated with this Nature's Prophet pushing out his bottom lane. Came down to deal with waves. Has to traverse the entirety of the map now to come back up top. VP have successfully dewarded the area, so back into this fight around the Roche pit. He's respawned. He's holding some goodies. Refresher shard there for them. They need to find his angle. Can't just waltz into the pit. They need to have a couple of picks first. Let me start thinking about buybacks.
Hey, look at Collapse's inventory, guys.
What's he got?
You know, he is a neutral item too.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's called Tumbler's Toy. Just in case you guys were wondering, the Beastmaster and Earthshaker currently have Tumbler's Toy in their inventory. I just
38 minutes into the game.
Ice Frog, you know, I know you're enjoying the game. Just here to check it out. Don't get me wrong, big fan of the item. A bit much though.
It's like the ridiculous thing is you give 200 mana as well. It's not just the jump. Oh, it's oh god, FNG shredded.
That's a nice salami.
From 15 miles away.
He's a smart silencer and he has buyback. The most important hero in the game to just have buyback, please.
That's the only one that matters. Outpost claimed up by Spirit. Still wanting to posture around Roche. So Treants have scouted it. I'm pretty sure Spirit knows Roche is alive.
Yeah.
You do have to come back and maintain that top lane as the Beastmaster just keeps on shoving. Or the jump onto Squad X. Dragon Tail into what though? Double force staff, the jump away. Squad X is out there. They've got man to start with. Yatra just killed Kiritich up top. Just dive tier 3.
Already.
Yeah, he got roared.
Abyssal Blade, Prophet dead, 90 seconds with buyback being held.
And Marl is just hitting Roche.
Yeah, why not? Go in the pit. You force a buyback from Prophet, or you get a free Roche.
I think they're just pushed too far back into the base, so they have no way, no chance of testing this. They're not really sure exactly where Ursa is at the moment either, so they don't know how fast this is going down. It took Yatra a while to get there, but now it's a piece of cake, and it is just a refresher. I'd say that's pretty good news for Virtus.Pro. I think the Agnibs would be a lot harder to deal with right now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. This really goes to show how nuanced and delicate you have to be as this VP draft. Like, yeah, you're one piece of your draft, one hero that gets killed, everything falls apart. You need everyone as a 5-man unit. And now Lincoln's purchased by the Prophet to protect himself.
Yeah, I'm hoping that doesn't happen again now. That site that you talked about, it is being, closer to being realized here on the Coddle. He does come back to the base. They're not going to be able to save this Rax. Can they get anything on the way out will be the better question. Yatra, of course, isn't thinking about out. He's thinking about going in.
Yeah, he wants to try and make a jump. Defends himself with Enrage, blinks away. DK sending his illusions forth to battle with the buildings. So one set of racks down, VP now all 5 alive. I think this is where Team Spirit in a very good position. Killing off that top lane of racks now means that they can move down bottom, reclaim their outpost, push out bottom wave, grab a DD rune on the way, and think about planting themselves in the enemy ancient spot. So I like to see what VP are doing, smoking up into the place that Team Spirit want to actually play into. Start off with the Fisher into the enchant, but the false promise is there. Global comes after, as a little cyclone from Eposhka protects him for a second against Squadex. Aiming for the Oracle, but Kurtis the bigger target. He's got BKB, but he's dead to the physical damage of Yatoro. Okay, down goes Prophet, no buyback for him. Keeper of the Light blown up as well. And Team Spirit just destroy VP.
Are scanning.
They try to find one thing, some small play outside there. Put them off balance, get rid of a hero. Maybe they won't immediately come back and push our base.
That's so wild how Dota works. It feels like an even game. You can think, okay, these are the ways that they play this and play that, and then all of a sudden, one fell swoop, Team Spirit say, no, not happening. Yatoro has so much alpha damage, he just shreds through you incredibly quickly. And now they're working on another lane of barracks.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They have no profit for 50 seconds. Can it just end?
Yeah. Dire's middle barracks.
That's something pretty incredible here from Sayush. Maybe buy a smoke, YOLO his way around. Kind of one of those moments.
Dire's
ninja gear
has been killed.
Squadex loses his courier. He's trying to buy out the full Shiva's guard. This next team fight, buyback-wise, not looking great. Prophet is 2,000 gold away from it. Earthshaker spent his. Ember and Sansa do have them. And you're only defending one lane. You know where the Team Spirit are coming from. It's just their front line is so incredibly strong now. Hawks give vision for the DK to play forward. Ursa with his silver edge. He's currently smoked, now invis.
I think this is a pretty good example of like why they like this Dragon Knight in terms of he kind of just keeps it simple. I mean, that's the whole concept of the hero, you know. He's a little boring. He just has a passive that heals him, a little nuke and a stun, but in the end, you compare it to the Pango in the same situation. Knew what the lane was going to be. Probably would have went similarly well. Would have been probably a little bit worse for the Pango. It wouldn't be as like CS one-sided. Don't worry about wild rolls.
And yeah, if you're playing Pango, you don't have enough dragons.
No.
Beastmaster Dragon, Illusion Dragons. All the Black Dragon here for the DK, jumping and stunning, finding FNG, cooking an illusion on. Not enough to finish the Sansa just yet. And needing the kisses to try and pick him off, and there he goes. Buyback available for him. He's going to have to use it any chance of holding their base, but Aurora and Squadex, they've got the stuns, incoming damage from the Dragon and the Bear. Down they go. menagerie of Team Spirit with all the animals in the world just cruising in here in game number 2. Sponsor dead, the dieback for him, and Kiritich inside his own sprout. Black Dragon flies over the treetops. The canopy gives no safety to the Furion. A Yule's on the Urza will hold him back, but Sayur's dead, and GG call. Team Spirit with a 2-0 victory ties them up with HR.
Like the Blue Eyes White Dragon right there. You know, easy peasy. Taking him down, and throwing goes. Swag's already out of there on the DC. He doesn't want to look at this game anymore. And Virtus hopes of cruising their way to the major, unfortunately. Have they ended now? I haven't ended, but it's looking much less likely. This was their best chance there to force some sort of a good tiebreak situation.